Okay.
Earth's ecosphere is in serious trouble, Eliza.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but bad things about the hubs in Deus Ex. I barely remember them, to be honest with you.
Doing this is to modify ocean temperatures through a combination.
Maybe that's a good thing?
And geothermal management.
Further up, further up. I think, you know what? I think I can put a finger on one of the big problems with the hub design. The backtracking. Think about how many times I've had to go back through the same areas I've already been through. And, like, obviously it's assuredly possible to be more efficient than I'm being. But at the same time, think about how many quests are go here, then go here, then go here, then go here, then go here. And you just keep going back and forth through these areas. One of the reasons I killed all those guards back in that apartment area was because I just kept going through there over and over and over. And I was starting to get irritating having to dodge them every time, right?
We'll be able to see the truth for ourselves.
As soon as the installation is
I mean, that's what I'm doing right now is backtracking back to the pods in order to talk to this guy. Anyways, we already have a hard save, so we'll do a quick save.
You actually came back. My faith in human nature is restored.
Save it. Here's the smart card and my passport. Now start encoding.
There you go. All shiny and bio-encoded, just like I promised.
And then he's shot. Ugh.
Where do I find this recording?
On a surveillance server in the TYM tower. But that badge will only get you into the lower city factory via their employee shuttle.
And how am I supposed to get up to the tower from down here?
Never said it wouldn't require a little finesse. Look, the tricky part is getting through the Pangu. But you're a resourceful guy. I have faith in you.
Right. And after I'm through the floof?
You'll be in the upper city tower. The server you want is in the central security hub. The login and password are on this. Now, about my reward.
Oh my gosh, I'm very shocked by what's happening.
Medical man! They're here!
Banner! I want that hacker dead!
You gotta help me, Jensen. They're gonna kill me!
And that concerns me how?
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on, man. I helped you out. At least give me a weapon so I can defend myself.
I am not giving you either of those guns.
Sorry, Windmill. You're on your own.
Ah, fuck you, man!
I will gladly help defend you, but like, you are not taking either of my custom guns.
our best chance at doing this is to modify ocean temperatures through a combination of ion seeding and geothermal management.
Forgive me, Mr. Darrow, but many people believe...
Yeah, I noticed they all have the anti-grav. Nice touch there. 1 second. Would that be... No. There it is. Oh, it costs 2 for the multiple takedown. That's what I want next, though. That's what I'm gonna save up for. Because I could use that. I could have used that several times, including right now.
As soon as the
Stop right there!
Come
on, show your face!
Oh, that sucks, but alright, whatever. I don't have any mines. Okay, hang on.
It doesn't happen often, folks, but it appears that I may have to retract an earlier statement. Billionaire Hugh Darrow has contacted me personally to deny allegations of involvement in secret United Nations meetings about the augmentation debate. Here's what the man had to say.
My visit to Prague was related exclusively to the
Damn it, I keep making that mistake. It cost me last time, too. Oh my god, and I can't aim for beans.
Get out here!
Earth's ecosphere is in serious trouble, and it's time that we as a species stepped up to make things better.
Show yourself!
Our best chance at doing this is to modify ocean temperatures through a combination of ion seeding and geothermal management.
better line. To see the truth for ourselves.
As soon as the installation is complete.
That's actually a good point.
My exclusive interview with
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that. Thank you, Black Malkin.
Damn it. Better keep searching.
Get some money from these guys. Yeah, I've only heard one bad thing about Space Marine 2, and that sounds pretty good so far.
Holding position! You'll pay for this!
My business craft was related exclusively to the project.
Staying put. Come on, show your face. Where are you?
I have streamed the first. It was extremely frustrating. How am I missing?
What are you doing? Where are you? I'm gonna get you.
Space Marine has its issues, but yeah, I enjoyed it for what it was. The biggest problem I had was getting it into a streamable state, because that game caused us issues.
This is Eliza Cassan reporting to you live.
We do have the dot. That dot. Yep, nope, that's funny.
It doesn't happen often, folks, but it appears that I may
This isn't difficult at all. What are you talking about? I think I actually know what the issue was for iron sights. I wasn't aiming for the actual iron. I was aiming for where the barrel was. Silly me.
Where are you? Maybe he's over there. It is too late to hide! Shit.
So, I was looking up a walkthrough for Detroit to see how much stuff I missed.
Gotta still be here.
And it was a screenshot walkthrough, right? It showed pictures, which I mentioned because good God, this game was brown, or not brown, sorry, yellow.
reporting to you live from Picus.
Like shockingly yellow.
It doesn't happen often, folks, but it appears that I may have to retract an earlier statement. Millionaire Hugh Darrow has contacted me personally to deny allegations of involvement in secret United
I mean, it's kind of brown, but you know what I mean.
Here's what the man had to say.
My visit craft was related
Yeah, I'm basically wielding a bolter here,
consumed
which I'm okay with. And I'm not okay with that.
Earth's ecosphere is in serious trouble, Eliza. And it's time that we as a species stepped up to make things better. Our best chance is through a combination of iron seeding and geothermal.
Forgive me, Mr. Darrow, but many people believe that your augmentation installation is more risk than certainty. When will we be able to see the truth for ourselves?
As soon as the installation is complete.
If you would like to hear more of my exclusive interview with Hugh Darrow, log on to www.picusweb.com.
That should be all of them.
Eliza Cassan, reporting to you live.
You're welcome, dude. Killed everyone here. You're safe
It doesn't happen often.
for right now. Still not giving you my gun. I look forward to seeing how much that's going to bite me in the ass later. There's a lot of backtracking, and it sucks, Mortal. That's really all it boils down to. Go to this side of the town. Now I go back to that side of the town. Now I go to this side of the town. Now I go back to that side of the town. Now I go to this side of the town. Now I go back to that side of the town. There's a lot of dead civilians here. Did they have to kill all the civilians too? Like, is that a mandate? Yeah, every single time. Or I can spend 1,000 credits, which is still a huge chunk of money for me at this point. Yep, civilians just load in dead, as it should be. I don't have any explosives left, do I? I have a mine template, but that's it. Maybe this isn't it. Maybe I was mislooking. I thought I saw one of those cracks, but I think that was just the door. They really did just... Ah, heavy rifle. That's new. Good God, that's a chonker, too. And its ammo takes up a ton of space, too. Jesus. But yeah, that's ultimately what the negative's for, Mortal. Wasn't this like the head of the outfit? Change your password. New password PC is Tim Namuni. Access code is Iron Fist. Still looking for that other pocket secretary you lost. I mean, having a heavy gun that isn't my bolter would be nice. I'll think about it. Oh, and the vendor's gone. Agreed.
This is the spot. Keep looking. Someone must be there.
Split up. Split up. You know you want to.
There's some weird shit going on here.
Speaking of upgrades, I want to grab freaking battery upgrades. Where are we at right now? I could also upgrade strength. And punch through walls finally. Takes an energy cell, but still. I have so many things I want to grab. What's that? That's the cooldown timer. That's the flash suppressor. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It would be nice, but I'll sit on it for now. I don't actually need it right now. I check my inventory to grab that? Probably not. I could grab the inventory upgrade. I should probably just do that. I know I'm going to at some point. Let's just commit to that. There's a turret over there. That is not what I wanted to do, game, but thanks. Hey, Trihexia.
Stop right there!
How dare he use that computer? Does he know that's illegal?
What happened?
Okay. Yeah, I saw the vent. People like their vents. At that level of operation, that's mostly just dice rolls, Trihexia, yes, so who knows? He would need the level of wealth and power he already has, though. Yeah, and the goodwill of the Night Corps.
Let's check it out. Gonna get you, you bastard. Get out here.
I mean, agreed, mortal. Seraph's an executive, but he's better than most. Even in real life. Hey, Ross. I think I have an answer for you. Breath of Fire 3 is one of those games that sits in that wonderful category of enjoyable with cheats for me. I don't even remember what the golden number was, but... I don't know, it does a lot right. Especially on the story axis. At least until that last act. Yeah, the magic AI is not great, and the fact that there's only one state switcher.
See anyone?
Yeah, BOF 2. Oh my god, BOF 2. Yeah, that's what I've heard, Triaxia. That's a heavy. That worked extraordinarily well.
This is the spot. Who the hell is that?
Hi. More heavy rifle ammo. Yeah, explosives are just explosives. I actually try not to overuse them because they're just really useful. Because they had enough of a brain to recognize that continued sales figures and reinvigoration of public opinion would ensure them sales figures down the road. Trihexia. I mean, I shouldn't have to say this, but if you go out of your way to fix up your game and then fulfill all the promises you had, you will not only regain goodwill, you will paradoxically get more goodwill than if you just released a good game to begin with. Yeah, concording things, that's a verb now. Concording things is almost always the wrong call. Like, even financially. Look at Nintendo. Nintendo has made it their business operating practice since the late GameCube era to try and focus very much on long-term profitability. And that has worked out extraordinarily well for them.
Malik, get Pritchard on the line. Tell him I need everything he's got on the Tai Young Medical Building. Schematics, blueprints, everything.
That might take a while, Jensen.
Yeah, well, he's got as long as it takes for me to find this Tai Young shuttle Van Bruggen talked about and ride it to their factory. Jensen out.
I mean, there is something to be said for knowing when you've lost and accepting it. SWAT, actually. But it's... Why would that not be okay to ask, Lunarith? Listen, I didn't ask to be a cop. No, he was SWAT team, and he was, by all accounts, very good at it. He refused an order to shoot a 15-year-old. That's a whole other ball of wax. We could debate that later. And so he was nuked. There's actually a term for that, but he was burned. His record was thrown into the trash, and he was thrown into the private sector. By what is effectively coincidence, and there's an asterisk to that, he got the attention of one of the biggest megacorporations, and he got hired as that megacorporation's head of private security. That's who we were when we died at the beginning. When we got shepherded. Okay, are you hostile?
Go! Now! I won't say it again!
Okay. So I won't kill you. Before, by like a year, Lunarith. Yeah, then we got Robocopped. Good way to put that.
在中国，唯一没有从生物科技热潮中获利的，就是这些平民百姓了。
是啊，看看我，虽然我在大勇机械工作，但我还住在贫民窟一样的旅馆里。
那是因为国家在不断的抬高地税， 所以房
Landowners are jacking up rates for rentals because they'd rather accommodate tourists than provide housing for their own people.
造的家族的想法啦，
No comment.
从人民中获
No, ED 2009 was never a good product. That's arguably one of the major points. Is that ED 209 was... I'm trying to think of a good way to summarize that. Surface level? ED 209 was a big, obvious solution to a problem that was never going to work. It's like, okay, I need to get this bullet out of this man's hand. So I'm going to bring a hammer and smash it down on the hand as hard as I can until the bullet comes out. That was ED 2009. I'm barely exaggerating. If you actually look into RoboCop a little bit, it was never going to work right. It was never going to handle any kind of proper terrain, any kind of multi-combatant situation. It requires an inordinate amount of time and effort and cost to build. It has dozens of weak points. Yeah, it was just... ugh. As a military product, it's barely better than a walking turret. Like, at least the AT-AT over in Star Wars is mobile artillery, and I could at least stand by that. ED-209 is just
to make things better.
a turret that's crappier than the kind of turret you just walk to and set up, right? Anyways, the point I'm trying to reach is that that's the point. The point is that it was a cheap, crappy product, which is what the company was known for at that point in time, because that's one of the major, not parody. I can't think what it's called. One of the talking points of the film. Now, I haven't seen Reboot ED-209, so I don't know about that.
Malik, any word from Pritchard yet?
I'm right here, Jensen, staring at a blueprint of the Taiyang Medical Building.
Great. I need access to a security terminal in the upper city tower.
You do realize there's an entire skyline between you and it, don't you?
I know. The Pangu. Any idea how I get to it?
I suggest you start by going up.
You got it, Pritchard. Hey, look, it's a mandatory security thing, which means it's security level 1. Satire. Thank you, Plutonia. That is the exact word I was trying to think of. I kept thinking parody, and I'm like, no, parody's wrong. Satire. A lot of people forget RoboCop is a satire to its core. It's got some fun 80s schlock, but that was its central point. Ah, it's a one-way again. All right, whatever. Gameplay. And it's not a negative one, to be seen.
Access granted.
I mean, it could be a negative.
You! Help!
Dude, your suit is breached in gas. You're already dead.
The shooter is out, causing a toxic gas leak. I tried to get you.
Intent, Ross.
I couldn't.
Enough with the play-by-play. What do you need?
There's a valve in the next room. You have to close it.
Okay.
I'll see what I can do.
Oh, thank God. Please hurry.
A satire's primary point is to be like, hey, this thing. And yeah, satire doesn't have to be funny. Parody, by definition, is intending to be funny. That is a security rating 3. Alright, just for you, buddy. Better get some kind of thank you for that. some logs or codes. That might be worth it. You okay? You gonna talk to me? He's not gonna talk to me. Yeah, RoboCop. Some people. There was some executive meddling in the editing of RoboCop, so it's not as obvious as it's as satirical as it was intended to be. Hey, you okay?
You saved my life. How can I repay you?
You can give me some directions.
To where?
I need to get to the upper tower.
You must use the elevator pass to cryosterilization room. But unauthorized personnel aren't allowed up there. But Ken is the guard on duty today. He owes me a favor. Just tell him Lee sent you, and he should let you through.
Much appreciated, my friend.
The least I can do.
Thank you. I'll take that. Worth using a mine on. I gotta get out of here. It's another problem. Oh, here we go. Come on. Come on. There we go. You never screw over the people at the bottom. They know where you live, they know where you eat, they know where you sleep, they know where you go to the bathroom.
Where do you think you're going, buddy? This is a restricted area.
Lee didn't warn me that I might be refused entry. I guess he figured you'd remember the favor you owe him and let me by.
Right, look. I let you pass because I do owe him. But watch out for the security systems. If you get detected, I have no choice but to take you out.
Fair enough.
Thanks. Affable. Even give me a warning. I gotta murder these people.
Equipment malfunctions. Anything to report?
Yes, something is wrong with the end effector in the mechanical arm.
What exactly?
Well, if I knew, I wouldn't be making a report, would I?
I'll send someone up to the maintenance catwalk to check it out.
Did you see that T-pose for just a second?
Hopefully the mechanical arm will be fixed by tomorrow.
Ugh, tell me about it. Oh, like half the company, at least. I really wish I had access to a vendor right about now. Even with my expanded inventory, which is full inventory, by the way, as you can see, I am crammed. Just crammed. And a lot of this is stuff I intend to sell. Isn't it the same newspaper? Like, hasn't it been? Oh, no, hang on, it actually changed. Holy crap. It goes without saying that technology is advancing at an astonishing rate. Yet even as society debates the ethical quandaries, behind many scientific applications, companies like Taiyang Medical continue to push the boundaries. Research into organic computational matrices has helped us envision machines capable of thinking at tremendous speeds while reacting with the judgment of humans. Ambitious projects like Pangaea would not have been possible without it. The greatest breakthrough of the deep ocean installation is its ability to continuously monitor and adapt to shifting oceanic pressures, and the possibilities extend far beyond earthly applications. With similar extreme conditions existing outside of the Earth's atmosphere, the same technology may one day be used in space. Yes, we need more Hirons in space. No spoilers. Anyways, damaged cells repaired using nanotechnology. VersaLife announced today that it was successfully repairing diseased blood cells in mice using nanorobot technology. The nanorobot functions in a similar way to how natural antibodies work. Researchers hope it can eventually be used to treat people inflicted with AIDS. Yep, VersaLife has got a bright future of nanotech. I mean, obviously in terms of accessibility, we're not exactly at the cyberpunk thing, but in terms of technology, real-life humans have gotten extremely close to straight-up cyberware. Cybernetic enhancements. Like, we have insanely good cybernetic limb replacement and organ replacement now. Catch is availability, price, and a host of infrastructure required to make that happen. Oh, I want that. It is also not powered. That's true. And yeah, there are a few issues that need to be hosed out. Let's drop that. That up. Use it immediately. Well, I guess we'll put it on. Although, no. Pistol. Come here. I haven't decided if I'm holding onto the heavy yet or not. No, Linarith. I guess my overall point is it always kind of vaguely amuses me exactly how far we've come in medical tech, considering that, you know, how backwards we are in medical tech.
More sentries. I heard they installed some in the upper tower, too.
Yes. Laser detection checkups will be run by sentries from now on. They'll be able to neutralize intruders easily.
You know what this means, huh? We're all gonna be replaced by robots soon.
Well, that's only because real life sucks, Lunarith. Yeah, this is the BattleTech discussion all over again. If your premise is having cool battle mechs, you don't really care how infeasible that is, because what you want is cool battle mechs. Similarly, Deus Ex and Cyberpunk are both very, very much about the cyberware. On the plus side, there's a very good chance that the extremely wealthy and elite will have access to incredibly advanced medical care now. And then there's us. Okay, I've got a few options here. Let's grab a save here before we commit to anything. Okay, so the bot's not actually active. That's a good thing. We're just gonna back away from that. Well, that's a good question. We are actually studying ways to prevent, I think it's protein decay specifically. We as a species are studying that in order to elongate lifespans. And of course, ways to make sure that people live as long as possible and as healthy as possible. But that's not really the level of conspiracy theory. That's all out in the open. There are receipts, so to speak. Of course, rich and wealthy people want to live longer. Why wouldn't they? That was the other thing. I knew there was something else, Bregman. Let's take a peek around here. Yeah, prions.
Pritchard, I'm in an elevator leading to the Pangu. Any security features I should know about ahead?
Nothing too taxing, I suspect. The Pangu's used mostly for maintenance and storage. Look for a second elevator once you're there. It'll carry you straight into the tower.
That's one of my favorite uses of the eyes, other than helping to ignore the bad radar. Is just being able to glance around and see, is there anything nearby? Cool. So I guess that explains that. Right. That is a security rating 4 door. Jesus. Okay. Uh-huh. Oh, let's use the mortal vent here. That's the new term for these. Oh, flashing lights warning, flashing lights warning. Oh my god, ow. Wasn't ready. I didn't ask for this. Yeah, speaking of which. Yep, there we go. Nice view. We up yet? No, we're not quite at the upper city. Getting there. That is actually a funny thought. We can look down and see the skyscrapers, and we're not actually at the upper level yet. So here's your Midgar. Hey, Catabo. What would you donate for Cyberpunk today of all days? My goodness. Remember, you can pick up to 3 things, not just 1. Oh yeah, I have to defend myself briefly. Some people were confused about how Echoes of Wisdom got funded so fast. And someone said, a lot of Dealer's Choice went towards it. Actually, no Dealer's Choice went towards it. I was just plugging it constantly for like the last week. While playing a Zelda game. So that's actually all on you. Although I'll take some credit there. Thank you, Catabo, regardless, for the sub. I will put it towards Cyberpunk and figure out the rest later. Yeah, just think, Trihexa, we can finally play as Link.
Jensen, what is it you're looking for exactly?
Some kind of surveillance recording. Van Bruggen said he stashed it on a server somewhere.
He must have meant the data core room. Very high security. It'll be a couple of floors up from where the elevator lets you off. But the first corridors you'll pass through will be public, so you might want to keep any weapons concealed.
Copy that.
Well, I'm not going to play it the day it comes out, Trafin. We have a pretty long-standing policy of playing new games about a week after they come out. Which is why it's not actually on the schedule yet, because I'm not sure when it'll happen. When does it come out, though? Like, what date exactly? '26th. So it looks like we'll be playing it on roughly the 3rd. Did I already buy that? Sorry, one moment. I just want to check something very quickly. This won't take long. Did I already buy this? Feel like I did. Yep, I did. It's already purchased. Okay, cool. Just making sure. Want to make sure I already bought the darn thing. Yeah. Okay. Are we surface? We're surface. You can see the sky. For the first time, I saw the sunlight.
Unacceptable. I need to get into Legion Lab immediately. Yes, I understand that I'm the one who lost my access card, but it's your job to provide me with a new one immediately. I have important deadlines to meet. 再见.
Maybe don't lose your card next time, buddy. Oh, there's actually grass up here. That's weird.
So, I'm trying to pry this candy bar loose, right?
Right.
And I give it a good tug, and suddenly the vending machine starts tipping.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit is right. Luckily, they're later than most vending machines. I honestly thought it was the end for a second. Death by a vending machine.
Outrageously tragic.
Officers? That's actually horrifying. Oh my god. That sounds awesome, Spartan. No, this is... God, this music is so good. And yeah, obvious gameplay hint is obvious. So I want to go in there. Okay, so I'm just going...
Can't let you in. Access to the lab is strictly forbidden without a Lee Gang access pass.
Damn it. Must have left it at my desk. Be back in a bit.
I actually was just trying to walk by, not in, but sure. Well, we know the one guy lost his. Let's see if we can find out. Let's take his pills, first of all. Gotta have the painkillers. Ugh. Okay. Okay, pain's gone. Pain's gone. Ready. I am contacting you to follow up on my complaint about the terrible side effects I suffered undergoing tests at your facilities. I wrote to you about last month about these problems. You have not responded to me. I'm not prepared to go to the authorities. I don't believe you wish for this outcome. Please respond. Thank you for bringing this matter to our attention. Madame Zhao assures me our legal team is now handling it. I doubt you will receive an additional communication from Miss Dang. And under no circumstances should you contact her yourself. Dear valued employee, your inbox has exceeded one or more size limits set by your administrator. Your inbox size limit... Oh my god. Your inbox size limit is currently at 2 emails. Mailbox size limit's 4 emails. To make more space available, immediately archive any items you no longer use and move them to your personal folder file. Emails contained within your personal folder can be later accessed via submission of a formal request to the presiding archives administrator. 2 emails. Okay, hold on. I'm going to open up my most recent email account. The one I opened up just for the show, so it's only like 10 years old. Let's see how many emails have I got in here. Let's see. Is there a way to check that? Yeah. 1,554. Now, if I go with one of my older accounts that I've had for, I don't know, more closer to 20 years now. Let's see how many emails are in here. Well, that's actually not that bad. It's only 5,491. Yeah, now I gotta check, because I actually have like 4 emails. What about this one? This one is at 9,225. Jesus. Uh-huh. Okay. Typhoon ammo. I kind of want to get that in case I ever need it. What could I lose? Well, Do I have a frag grenade? I do have a frag grenade. Let's do that. There we go. Yeah, the shotgun's probably the least worthwhile thing here. Then again, hang on. Okay. Little Tetris. How are we feeling about the Resident Evil, the inventory Tetris? Oh, I do have a silencer. But I can only put it with the combat rifle, and I'm dumping that as soon as I can. If I could put that on the heavy rifle, I'd totally do that. Hello, Czar. Yeah, let's dump this. Oh, it takes up less space than I thought. That's actually a good question. What else could I use it for? Will it raise the sale price of the gun? Oh god, am I stuck in here? Yeah, there we go. Very intended. If I attach it to it. Oh, someone broke the bot. Hang on. There we go. Well, let's test that. Remind me to test that when we get there. We'll see. Officers. Do you remember what those questions were, Little? This is a pretty good time to ask. Your access card has been found in the biosensor laboratory. The security waiting for... Or emails per inbox is mandatory for all personnel. Jesus Christ. Immediate archival of all communication is not just policy, it's the law. Wow. Oh, so when we go to the limb place, they actually specifically say, hey, here's how you're doing, and they kind of tutorialize how leveling works in the game. And then what he says, so I assume I'm going to start going on neuropazine soon. And she says, no, you're not showing any actual neural degradation, so you don't need neuropazine. He's like, oh, okay. And they just kind of brush past it. That's it. Okay, so since we're about to be detected, let's close that. Oh, this is dangerous as hell, but whatever.
You shouldn't be here. Get moving. I've got it out.
Please don't shoot me, sir. Don't shoot me. I swear. I give up, officer. I'm innocent, I swear. Yeah, let me show you how innocent I am. Yeah, let me reload my gun really quick here. There we go. Anyway, so as I was saying, I'm innocent! I'm innocent. I'm innocent. Okay, I like this gun. We might hold on to this. I didn't realize it was a frickin' Gatling. That was rewind. I wouldn't say super unique, but it is definitely a very, very rare trait. It's pure genetic. Some people just have genetic compatibility with it. You remember the main character in Cyberpunk Edge Runners? It's actually a fairly similar situation. officer.
So, I'm trying to find this candy parlors, right?
No, I know. It's Edge Runners was trying for the, you know, the hey, I'm this amazing protagonist who's the exception thing, but it is a similar concept. Based on how they've built the setting, it does make sense that some people would be, for lack of a better way to put it, genetically compatible with cybernetics. Yeah, no, that tracks, Ross. You said you're at episode 2, I think? Or past episode 2. Yes, Hugh Darrow's. It's actually a bit of a plot point. We haven't seen this yet, but since Platonia mentioned, I might as well continue with it. He walks with a cane. It's a nice cane, but why does he walk with a cane? Like, he exists in an era where he could get that leg replaced. The answer is because he is uniquely genetically incompatible with his own invention. Yeah, no, it's definitely a for show cane. There's the access card. See if it can't be greedy while we're here. Ugh, it's a level 3. I think it's level 3. Which we can't do yet. Right, because I've been spending on other stuff lately. That's an odd question off your Twitch account. Because if we presume the DLC is good, then I'd rather be integrated. But in my experience, most DLC is bad, or at the very least, a net negative. So at that point, it'd be nicer to be able to just completely ignore it, right? Sorry about that. Got my security card. Which I am offering to you now. Here's my card, sir.
You're back. You bring your Lee gang past this time?
No problem. Here it is.
Seems in order. Sorry about giving you a hard time, but apparently there's some pretty heavy stuff going on in there.
No apology necessary. You're doing a good job, soldier.
I definitely look like I belong in this place. Having said that, I've never played the DLC of this game, so I have no idea what to expect on that.
I don't understand why we are going to distribute a biochip that we didn't design ourselves.
We just gotta keep working and meet our deadlines.
I know, but I don't understand why we are going to distribute a biochip that we didn't design ourselves.
Questioning it is a waste of time. All I know is the shipping department needs this chip ASAP, so that's what we're going to give them.
Whoop. Wrong button. Read the production of arm and leg augmentations. I have cause for concern about the substitution of depolymers with petroleum-based thermoplastics. While the thermoplastics save money, there's a persistent problem with degradation. Always secure your terminals, people.
Back away, sir. This is none of your business.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Those were fun, but really kind of disappointing. Still fun, though. Probably a net positive. Could a net negative DLC for StarCraft still raise its overall score by being better than the base game? No. By sheer definition, a net negative attachment is just going to lower the score. In fact, one of the biggest reasons why I'm going to dump a lot of Dealer's Choice on Starfield's DLC is because I have to know if the score is actually going to go down. Because it can. Starfield still has a chance to surpass Secret of the Stars.
As transfer of ownership was officially declared. The purchase gives Taiyong a significant increase in global market share. This is Eliza Kassan reporting to you live from Picus.
We've been getting a lot of complaints about the temperature in the data core room.
Too hot?
No, too cold. I think there's too much air coming in from one of the vents.
I haven't checked out.
Let's try to avoid too many spoilers, 1-2PC, but sure. Listen, turning off the wingsuit is it's just a good way to brain yourself.
Was officially declared. The purchase gives Taiyong a significant increase in global market share. This is Eliza Kassan reporting
Rob
to
that
you
woman
live
right in front of her.
Nice and warm here. I just came from the data core archives. It's
to
freezing
China
in
now
there.
as details about a bold maneuver.
Why would you need anti-monopoly laws?
Continue.
Okay, now I was about to segue into making some kind of joking argument about why monopolies are actually a good thing.
我听起来像是在生
Of
气。
Scotland.
你想害我被炒吗？
And Pro stock had taken a dip earlier.
But I actually don't know what argument companies have been using lately to try and be pro-monopoly. Oh, no, I do. The big argument they've been using lately, at least here in the States, is more monopolies means lower prices.
But could not explain how millions of dollars in revenue ended up in his personal...
Ticketmaster. Oh my god, Ticketmaster. Yeah, no, it's a really, really surface level lie. It's like saying that the Earth is flat.
Where do you think you're going? The data core room is for authorized personnel only. You're not gonna get in there.
Yeah, I know.
I was looking for the cafeteria. Sorry.
I was trying to go by you, jackass. Jeez. Whoa. Okay. Well, that worked out pretty well. Yeah, no, I don't know enough specifics about that Spartan, but I know plenty generics about that. The floppy. I think I know the mission you're talking about, 1-2PC. And yeah, I would agree, that is a damn good mission. Yeah, it's one of those really horrible feelings, isn't it? On the one hand, it's like vindicating to be like, I was right, this is an awful idea. But the problem is we're usually proven right about things like that by them actually happening and then being terrible. That sucks. How did you get your hand? Yeah, exactly. I was right about global warming. Oh, crap. Okay, so there's the code to the rear access room. Excellent. I don't have a place to stash this guy, though. Come here. Come here. Really, dude? Come on. That's gonna have to do. Cute. Fun place. I'm bad on these right now. I was gonna say, this would be a great room for the cloak, but... yeah. I mean, narratively, it kind of is cheating. Yeah, I'm not here. Huh? See, that was the tutorial. Now for the real deal. Oh, there's guys over there.
Need backup!
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Oh, okay, I'm dead. Okay, hang on. I had the wrong gun. I feel like I did, Spartan. I'm just let me hit my reload button. Alright, okay. So. Good afternoon, dark day. Or morning. Or evening. Okay, so it looks like... okay. What? What?
You had enough?
Oh, the bot. The bots are bad.
Hold it!
Yeah, I poked a pinky out, and that was the end of that. I'm almost positive the last time I played this, I ghosted this. How can I have no ammo? There's a revolver right there. How can I not take the revolver ammo? I have to... Okay. Alright, I'm trusting you, Black Malkin. Bull crap. Oh, whatever. back into standby. There's nothing to see here. I just killed a lot of people. In a game this gray and brown, I kind of like having it as an option when 2PC. I actually don't remember if it is in fact an option in this game. I should check that. Boy, that bot, he wants it. Can we stun a bot? The answer is yes. Only temporarily. And it looks like we don't get any loot for killing the bots. That's not worth it. Neck. It's true, that was decent exp. What can we afford to lose, right? Advised, full maintenance check and diagnostics was conducted, blah, blah, blah. My replacement ammo I just used, so that's nice. Yeah, 45X was not super great, but I'll commit to it. I'll commit to it.
Pritchard, I'm retrieving Van Bruggen's evidence now. Is Sarif patched in?
Right here, Adam. I'm listening.
I just heard that your team is mobilizing in Detroit. Why wasn't I informed of this sooner?
Tactical assignments are not your concern.
Reed and her team have subdermal GPL implants. They'll be tracked. Kidnapping them was a mistake.
Montreal took care of that.
Forgive me if I don't put as much faith in our friend Eliza as you do. She's too erratic.
Your concerns are noted, but I would advise you to concentrate on your own assignments instead of interfering with mine. Namir out.
Boss, did you get that?
I heard. I just...
Megan and the others. They're alive.
We've got to stay focused.
Oh, floor shock.
Zawa's a residence at the top of the tower. It's off limits to everyone except her and her guards. Now get up there and find out what she knows.
You know, everyone in chat, who's Megan? Uh-huh. No, I agree, offshore Twitch account. It's okay, Starfield still has a chance to surpass it. I believe in you, Starfield. Yes, Golden's alive. Vigilant, you know what that means. Time to take him down. By saying thank you. Thank you, Vigilant. I dedicate the upcoming kill to you. If Secret of the Stars somehow magically gets DLC, I will gladly give it more negatives. Let's see, that's going towards Fallout London, Old World Blues, and Total War, Rome R. Okay, so you get to make a Star Wars game. The player character has to be Force user. Ugh. You've already lost me. You've lost me! Oh my god, that would be so awful, Savicom. We should come up with, like, the worst possible DLC. Alright, hang on. So, you have to make a game. You have to play as a Force user. It cannot be a remake, and it cannot be a continuation or a sequel. So it has to be a brand new Force user somewhere in Star Wars. I do occasionally do an audit to make sure previous games are up to date. Yes, offshore Twitch account. You download more Custera. They all start at level 1. Oh, I'd have to, Ross. I'd have to. It's the worst game I've ever played as of this moment. Brand new Force character somewhere in Star Wars. I've got it. We'll call it the Acolyte. No, hang on. All joking aside, the premise of the Acolyte is pretty interesting to me. No joke. It's the height of the High Republic. Most of the dark side users and Sith are so unknown as to be complete ghosts.
I knew someone was here.
Like something that they're not even looking for, so they're not even aware of it. And we get to see more of what the Jedi operate like when all they have to interact with is other Jedi. Having said that, you know what I would probably do? Think the general premise of the Acolyte, but really lean into it. None of this dark side Force user bullcrap. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. No Sith, no member berries. Just go ahead and have it be the Jedi. And you play as a particular Jedi who... I can't decide if you're a new recruit or a seasoned vet, because both have potential. But either way, you're part of the, let's call it the enforcement arm of the Jedi Order. Because there's a lot of potential of what you could do with that. And I could lose my connection. That's great. I love losing my connection. God dang it. One of these days I'll be hacked up. I'll be ready to hack. I'll be hacking something other than my own hacks. Is I gonna do Fortify? Yeah, I think I was gonna do Fortify next. At some point I do need to commit to that. And of course batteries. Gotta have batteries. 6 attempts to reconnect so far. Jeez Louise, that's pretty bad. Turret domination. Robotic domination. Battery domination. Kefka domination. Alright, I also really want that. But the radar kind of sucks. That's true, Blade Taval. No Jedi, no Sith, just a Force user. I don't know, what do you think, Vigilant? Would you rather go back or forwards? Back to the High Republic era, or forwards past the sequels into the unknown? Because I could see both of those being interesting. Okay, hear me out. I've got an idea for a new Star Wars story set after the sequel trilogy, okay? So the evil galactic Mempire is being forced against by the Mebel Malliance. And the Malliance is trying to stop the Mempire as much as they possibly can. And so the Morm Troopers... No, Sorry. I'll stop. I think the two things I really want to start upgrading is more hacking and more battery. Oh, you know what? No, I know what I want. I want that. Yeah. Let's save for that. The Meevil Mempire. Odd. I mean, that's the joke offshore Twitch account. One of the biggest complaints I have overall about the sequel trilogy is how it's just the original trilogy again. All three of them. There's the First Order, and then the Last Order, both of which are just the Galactic Empire 2.0. There's the Resistance, which is just the Rebel Alliance 2.0. Like, the Senate's knocked down in the first film. I mean, what do you want from me?
Alarm! You crazy!
Oh, God damn it. No, I was specifically making fun of the sequel trilogy. I don't like this room. He Mempire Mike Smack. What are those things? Are those supposed to be like chairs? Yeah, whatever. Yeah, Return of the Magi. The Medi. I mean, that's close to what I posited for the sequel trilogy offshore Twitch account. The Medjed. Okay. Scooch. In the past year, we have successfully upped our presence in several key markets, especially Sub-Saharan Africa and Latin America. We were mostly unknown a few years ago. But the target percentages she insists upon are really high. I think we need to be more aggressive with our marketing plan if we hope to make them. Oh, crap. Okay. This man's about to have an extremely bad day. I've actually thought about a new Star Trek show for a long time. The most obvious answer is to have something set after Deep Space Nine, and to completely erase Picard from ever existing. Which is one of my earliest ideas. My second idea will be to set it in between Star Trek 6 and TNG Season 1. The B and the C, probably. And for some reason, there's like this Romulan Vulcan on board. I don't know what that's all about. It's weird. Yeah, the Mystery Era, where even to this day, we actually know very little about it. Okay. You gonna come over here? Yep, here it comes.
shots.
What? How did that miss you? How did that miss you?
Got to hit the alarm.
Oh, whatever.
Where are you hiding? Kill you!
Well, okay. That just... Alright, whatever. Between Enterprise and TOS? No, I'd rather just redo TOS if I was going to do that. Eject Spock from canon. Okay, you know what? You have been such a thorn in my side.
This is the spot. Keep looking. Someone must be there.
Cybok? God. Actually, Cybok is in R Trek 5.
What the hell is that?
How did that miss? How? How? What? 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 Why? Yes, I know it hit the wall. I saw the scorch mark. That doesn't really answer my question. Whatever.
What the hell? I knew someone was here. Give up now! I heard that.
Yeah, this Roomba is an office defense. Just a plain old office. No, I think we both know I don't want to touch the Cardassian occupation with a 10-foot pole. Not unless I'm, you know, completely changing it. Although...
Looks like he ran.
Yeah, early Star Trek occupation, it's just Andor.
I'm sure it was just a clerical error. CEO of Taiwan Medical has transferred ownership.
These frickin' Roombas, I swear. So this is going to sound weird, Ross, but hear me out for a second. I would set my Star Trek show in a major trade hub. Either a space station or a planet. Doesn't really matter, because they're both functionally the same thing at that point.
Sources close to the multinational giant inform me that it has successfully purchased rival corporations.
There would be regular ships that run through, of course.
Enpro stock had taken a dip earlier.
But there would be no hero ship.
Rumors began to circulate, accusing CEO...
Peekaboo. Yeah, I'm leaning towards planet. Something appeals to me about actually having some planet-side stuff in Trek.
Bold maneuver by Biotech Corporation.
Especially since we've almost never done that.
Sources close to the multinational giant inform me that it
Well, those people can suck a lemon off your Twitch account.
Enprotech of Scotland. Enpro stock had taken a dip earlier in the day as rumors began to circulate.
Don't worry, I've got a whole bushel full of lemons just for them. Okay. I swear I saw another guy.
Was officially declared. The purchase.
Okay, well there's a password, so that'll be nice.
Global market share. This is Eliza Cassan reporting to you live from Picus. To China now as
I see a
details
bot down there still.
by Biotech
What was
Corporation.
that stupid thing? Of course now I can't see it.
Sources close to the multinational giant inform me that it has successfully purchased rival corporation Enprotech of Scotland. Enpro stock had taken a dip earlier in the day as rumors began to circulate, accusing CEO Ollie McTavish of embezzlement. McTavish denied the allegations, but could not explain how millions of dollars in revenue ended up in his personal account. I'm sure it was just a clerical error, quipped Zhao Yunru, CEO of Taiyang Medical, as transfer of ownership was officially declared. The purchase gives Taiyang a significant increase in global market share. This is Eliza Cassan reporting to you live from Picus.
Oh, come on. I was watching the news report. So, my intro has to have lyrics.
To China now as details about a
Maybe something about bouncing the graviton beam off the main deflector dish. I feel like that would be a good Trek lyric.
Sources close to the multinational giant inform me that it has successfully purchased rival corporation and
Well, it can be any language, though. Okay, that actually gives me a real idea. I think I would go ahead and come up with a song in a fictional language. Oh my god, did that. Not Klingon. Well, I mean, we can do Klingon. I do like Klingon. And Klingon's actually a language. But hang on, I can actually tell you what I want from this. Maybe not the exact same tone, but like something kind of like this. Oh, volume. Now, this is a little bit more war than I'm leaning, but still something in this direction, you know? Honestly, a lot of Warcraft music has this kind of not quite real lyric-y thing going on, too. For example... I know the exact song I'm looking for. Give me a second. The good news is I'll probably never do that, Linerith. The bad news is that I'll never get to actually enjoy it. Hang on a second. Here we go. Once again, a little bit more war heavy than I was actually thinking. But you get the idea. get this kind of deep, almost Gregorian chanting choir thing going on. As for which language, I would be tricky about it. I would think about major plot arcs and themes of the show, which you'll notice I have not done. And I would I would pick the language based on that. For example, if we're going to feature the Romulans heavily, or the Federation heavily, there's, you know, two languages we could use right there, Romulan or Vulcan. Want to change the intro every episode? Every season would probably be a little bit more feasible there. But I do admit that idea appeals to me. I'd be lying if I said it didn't. I mean, Lord knows Clone Wars did something very minor but similar to that, where each episode has its own title quote specific to the episode. So yeah, what I'd probably do is I'd probably do a per season intro, which is much more reasonable and is actually common practice. In fact, it's been common practice for about 20 years. And then, you know, switch up the something. Switch up something on a per episode basis. Again, like the quotes in Clone Wars. Okay, that's a security rating 3. Nope. That bot, he is on the prowl, I swear. Can I melee bots? Let's just find out. That's a no. Interestingly enough, I dislike how Voyager didn't change up their intro. Oh, don't mistake me, Voyager's intro is fantastic, but like, every other show varied up their intro at least once, even TOS. Yeah, TNG did in season 2 or 3, I forget when exactly. It's most obvious if you go back and watch the intro for, like, the season 1 stuff. It's noticeably worse in visual effects. Oh, come on. I'm gonna have to kill this stupid bot. He is right in my way. In terms of audio... Gosh, how many shows actually changed up the song? That didn't kill the bot. Of course it didn't kill the bot. Why would it?
Bold maneuver by biotech corporation Taeyong Medical continue to emerge. Successfully purchased rival corporation Enco of Scotland. Enco stock had taken a dip earlier in the day.
Too late to hide.
Anyways, now we can break the glass too.
Bollocks if you're in London, merde if you're in Paris, Qatar if you're in Athens, poo-poo ping pong if you're in fucking Beijing. It's all the same everywhere in the world.
Please inform Ms. Zhao that while appreciated her concern over Seraph Industries' ability to weather recent setbacks is completely unfounded. Mr. Seraph has no intention of selling his company to Taeyong Medical now or at any date in the future. We can respectfully request that you tell Ms. Zhao to cease all and future communications along these lines immediately. If she will not, Mr. Seraph will have no choice but to view them as hostile and take steps accordingly. It's a theme. No, do nothing for now. The man is stubborn, but he can be broken. Right now, he is trusting to the strength of his connections. Those idiots in Washington who keep funding his research. Take away those, weaken their confidence in him, he will have no choice but to sell. I will advise you when it's time. Weird choice for decorations, but okay. Not here to judge. I think we've killed everyone who could respond to an alert at this point. As it should be. There's the elevator code. Apparently there's a new biochip, too. Well, shoot. I really wanted to get the double takedown, but I could punch through this wall right now. How do you have a mini McFlurry? How's that a thing? Here's what we're going to save. We're going to see if this is worth the expenditure. No, not that. This. Does not look worth the expenditure. So let's rewind that. Let's grab that point back. You still there, Vigilant? So here's my thinking. Let's set it during the... No, after touching on. Let's set it during the High Republic era, if we're stuck with canon. Let's go ahead and focus on a relatively new Jedi. Not super young, like 20s, right? They've been around for a while. Gender doesn't matter. Species doesn't matter. They're the primary focus character, and they're on the response team, for lack of a better way to put it. They run around putting out brush fires for the Order, and consequently for the Republic. Get a little bit of the politics in between the Order and the Republic in there. Get a little bit of world building, flesh out some of the individual areas and some of the things that will eventually lead to the Clone Wars, and primarily focus on it being a character drama. Focused on, obviously, the main character, and their belief, perspective, and opinions on the Republic, the Order, and the way that things have been going for the last several hundred years at that point. Yeah, like Sentinels. I think there's actually a term for them in the EU, but I don't remember what it's called right now. We called it the Interpol, the Jedi Interpol, because that's kind of what they did in the EU in post-Return of the Jedi, if you remember, for a while there. But something like that, right? And obviously each planet, each area you go to is its own level, and as I just mentioned, gender and species don't really matter, so you can have your character creator built in too, right? So you can just play whatever you want to. I think that's what I'd go with. I think we could do a lot with that. Ah. The point of going around was to avoid this, but I already have the code here, so there's no point in that. Episode 7 was firmly Disney. It was arguably the beginning of the AU. haven't rewatched any of them since they came out. I look forward to reviewing them someday, because... I don't know. I can only go off vague presumption right now. And the well is so poisoned even talking about it that... Again with the weird art choices. What is this nonsense? I mean, this is a boss arena, but like... Weird art choices. Weird desk, too. Look at this desk. Look at that thing. Yeah, this woman has no taste. I think I can officially say that. Very expensive, too. Like, if you know anything about construction, this is the kind of thing that would be entirely too expensive. Yeah, her taste is, I have money to spend. Which, if this is the character I think it is, tracks completely with her character. Let's run out of revolver ammo right now. We're gonna pull this down here. Yeah, exactly, Vigilant. Get some ammo going here. Make sure we'll fill up here, in case we decide to use this gun. And this one. And this one, okay.
Pro stock had taken a dip earlier in the day, as rumors began to circulate, accusing...
Yep, she's got cheap takeout Chinese. That tracks.
McTavish denied the allegations, but could not explain how millions of dollars in revenue ended up in his personal account. I'm sure it was just a clerical error, quipped Zhao Yunru, CEO of Taiyang Medical, as transfer of ownership was officially declared. The purchase gives Taiyang a significant increase in global market share. This is Eliza Kassan, reporting to you live from Picus.
Nice place you got here.
Please! I didn't mean to!
Where's Megan Reed?
Reed? I don't know!
Stop lying, Sal. I know you kidnapped her and her team. I know you're out to destroy Seraph Industries.
Seraph?
I also know you're working with that son of a bitch who left me to die. So where's Megan?
No, you got it wrong. You think I'm behind it all, but I'm not. I'm just like you. The hired help.
You're the head of a billion-dollar mega corporation.
And you think that will protect me. But it doesn't. These men, they're bigger than Sarif, bigger than Taiyong. I'm nothing compared to their ambitions.
What are you talking about?
Sarif knows. Ask him. He thought he could protect his staff with subdermal GPLs. But these men, they control global interests at a whim. One call to Picus, and the implants couldn't be heard. I thought they'd sent you here to kill me. You've got to help me.
6 feet, lady. 6 feet.
You've made it this far. Surely you can protect me. Surely. Surely you can protect me. Men never fail to underestimate women.
Yeah, so about that cutscene incompetence. Jesus Christ, game. Now, you know what's really stupid? All of that sounds like a smokescreen, but no, actually, she's right. The people actually in charge of things, who we saw at the beginning of the game, look at a billion-dollar mega corporation as just another piece on the board. The stakes they're playing for are higher than that. God, we're up to like 5 major examples of that so far.
How'd you do? The entire building's on alert.
Panic room. She's got a goddamn panic room.
Yeah, well, so do I. Forget about it right now. Get to the hangar bay, fast.
Continue to emerge.
Well,
Sources close to the multinational
okay.
giant inform me that it has
Yeah, forced failure state. Thanks for that game. On the plus side, I could get something I've been wanting to get for a while. I'm just going to do it right now. I'm just going to commit to it.
successfully purchased rival corporation Enprotech of Scotland. Enpro stock had taken a dip earlier in the day as rumors began to circulate, accusing CEO Ollie McTavish of...
No, not Hacker 3.
McTavish denied the allegations, but could not explain how millions of dollars in revenue ended up in his
But I actually saw this vent on the way in. Come on. Yeah, give me a sec, Dakota, because I'm still roaming. I don't know, 1-2 piece. Jensen's not thinking with his brain here, he's thinking with his dick. Like, I hate to say that so harshly, but it's true. Like, he has successfully snuck into the room of one of the most financially successful people in the world. In order to, what, like, yell at her angrily? Batman can pull off that kind of thing because he usually has the know-how, aka the writer, on his side, in order to have information to back that. Jensen's just angry. These guys aren't even budging, are they?
Got your back! Acknowledged.
That's actually funny. I do have the lung upgrade, so that doesn't do anything to me. Gotta be kidding me. That's actually revolver ammo, too. Alright, new plan, new plan.
I've lost sight of it.
Let's do the old one, too. I cannot believe that worked. I cannot believe that worked. So what's your solution, Dakota?
Jensen, I'm coming to pick you up. You anywhere near their hangar bay?
I'm heading there now.
Great. Get those bay doors open or this rescue attempt ain't gonna happen.
Oh, that's, okay.
prior to opening doors.
Okay.
Hangar doors locked.
Yeah, I don't have robot hacking, consequently.
Please disable security bots prior to opening doors.
I do not have EMP grenades. I might have EMP grenade. That's hilarious, Dakota. Gas, I don't see one. Nope, I do not have EMP grenades.
Hangar doors locked. Incorrect security sequence. Please disable security bots prior to opening doors. Hangar doors locked. Incorrect security sequence. Please disable security bots prior to opening doors.
combat.
That's more or less exactly what I just did. I just did it less on purpose, Plutonia.
Security sequence.
So I'll give you credit on that.
Disable security bots prior to opening doors.
I didn't seem to do anything to him.
Doors locked. Incorrect security sequence. Please disable security bots prior to opening doors. Hangar doors locked. Incorrect security sequence. Please disable security bots prior to opening doors.
Yeah, no, we're in Shenga? Shenga? I don't know how to pronounce it.
Please disable security bots prior to opening doors. Hangar doors locked.
Activate self-destruct sequence.
Yeah, Hengsha. Hengsa. I don't know how to pronounce it. No, I saw the overheating. It also took a few clips, but honestly, I think that was probably worth it. We might hold on to this gun.
Activate self-destruct sequence.
Okay, so.
Security measures disabled.
Favorite weapon?
Hangar doors unlocked.
Although, I do admit I've always got a sucker in my heart for a good Gatling. I've actually heard some people defend that encounter by saying she was using the pheromones on us, because we know she has one. I'm also fond of the revolver, so that's my big 3 right now.
Security measures disabled. Hangar doors unlocked.
Well, there's the EMP grenade.
Attention. Opening hangar bay door. Please clear the landing.
Jensen, time to hightail it back to Detroit. Get in.
We're not going to Detroit.
What?
We're going to Montreal. I'll explain en route.
Damn right you will.
Mission complete. We are successfully 2 missions into this game. Yeah, this let's see. Here's China. Let's move it over here. So here's China, and here's Montreal. So we have to cross a gigantic swath of, like, what is it, 20 hours of ocean?
Are you sure about this? I mean, it's not some tiny cable station you're infiltrating.
Zal mentioned an Eliza and a phone call to Picus. Put them together, it has to mean Eliza Kassan is in on this.
You don't think that's a bit of a leap? The world's most famous news anchor working with a mercenary hit squad?
We can argue the fine points later. Set me down on the tower. I'll get in from the roof.
Jensen, it's Pritchard. Malik tells me you want Eliza Kassan's location.
If it's not too much trouble.
It's not. I bypassed the firewall easily, and I've pulled up a 3D model of their floor plan. Her office is in the tower, room 404.
On my way.
Yeah, so let's pause and talk about something for just a second, because this is a good time as any. I've actually been holding off discussing this. First of all, that dome in the distance, that's cool. Good visual storytelling. But no, so for those of you not aware, all this game was under development for 4 years, all told. It still had a lot of corners cut. and was sort of shoved out the door very much in an incomplete state. And some of that was tried to be made up for by the director's cut and the added DLC mission. But, well, it's really obvious how much stuff was supposed to be in here. In fact, normally when I'm doing coverage for these kind of games, I like to come up with stuff like, here's what they were intending to do. In this case, the list of what they intended was so large that I decided after a while to not actually list it because it's gargantuan how much stuff they intended to be in this game that isn't. Now, it makes sense. This was their first game ever, and they were trying to figure out making a game, and so they were way over ambitious. The problem is in the final product, there's a lot of holes in the main plot line. You may or may not have noticed that Detroit was mostly a completely contained story arc and gameplay arc. A decent chunk of side missions, decent chunk of stuff to do, and the sequencing made perfect sense. That then led us on a sort of a vague thing out to China. Okay, cool. So we'll go out to China, and then we're going to Montreal because of a very, very, very vague inference, and it was just hand-washed over by a single line by Jensen just now. And it's you can feel the mission we skipped over there. Possibly more than one mission. That's going to become a thing pretty much for the entire rest of the game, is you can feel just the holes as we are trying to connect. And that makes sense, because when you're designing something, you script something out like this, and when you have to cut content, you pull pieces out of that, right? So you pull pieces out of that, and then you squish what's left in order to try and make your deadlines, make the game actually come out. So that's exactly what they did here. And yeah, I'm almost positive the dev commentary mentions several of these things, including Montreal, which, if I'm not mistaken, please correct me if I'm wrong, is not actually a hub. It's just a mission. Speaking of this, let's grab a hard save now that we're in Montreal. Oh, God. One moment, please. Sorry. Admittedly, it's hard for me to feel bad about the loss of hubs, because it's my biggest complaint about the game by now. But maybe they would be better if more time. I don't know. Who knows? It's not like they didn't do a much better job when they had more time to make a better game. See Mankind Divided. Here we go. Tai Yong Medical. But if we're going to turn on the commentary, this is probably a good time to do it. I believe that would be here. Let's see what happens. Oh, yeah, really quick. God, I really could use a vendor, too. Okay, I'm pretty sure we're going to Detroit right after this. Orders coming from the way up. Code blue. Situation is critical and everyone must be evacuated. No details whatsoever. They're going to put the building in lockdown pretty soon. Get ready. Don't have much time. Get out now. Don't know what's happening, but they're evacuating the building. Need to remind you there's a lot of people working in this office, and we have parking regulations for a reason. Please be professional and use the parking space assigned to you. Last warning. Next time, culprits will see vehicles towed. Figures show sharp global rise in terrorism. The number of serious international terrorist incidents has more than doubled last year, as reported by the United Nations Terrorism Task Force. According to their statistics, the number of significant attacks grew to 1,285, up from 582 in 2026. For proponents of private militias, these figures validate and support the increasing use of private contractors to help deal with terrorism, such as Bell Tower Associates, Interguard PLC, and Sharp Edge, all of whom have greatly bolstered their global presence. Those opposed to the expanding role of these militias argue that the integration of private and public security forces is cost-prohibitive and undermines the checks and balances needed for true democratic accountability. To address these concerns, the UN report proposes the formation of an international counterterrorism unit. Meanwhile, a large weapons cache found after standoff. A storehouse of handguns, and assault weapons was found in Brisbane home. Found in a Brisbane home after a 2-day standoff with the police. Authorities say the 8 pro-China rebels were taken into custody. The South Australian Federation was once again forced to bring in private contractors to help quell the unrest. And yes, oh god, I suddenly can't pronounce it. The thing from Deus Ex 1. Listen, you should watch him instead of me. I'm yellow, but he's orange.
Jensen, something's not right. Picus is a 24-hour global news network. Why isn't anyone answering their phones?
I'll get back to you on that.
EYM attacked by a lunatic. Unknown identity of the intruder. Whoops.
So we've got tons and tons of emails throughout Picus, and what was real fun about these ones is, first of all, I basically assigned the entire thing to Jean-Francois Champagne, one of our narrative designers on the game, and he really, really had a lot of fun with it. And I think a lot of the emails that you'll read are actually based on similar things to what actually happens here in Eidos Montreal.
Real situations in the studio.
Real situations in the studio, and they're all slightly twisted and slightly hidden to some of the human resource type stuff that goes on here. And the other thing that's really cool about them is because Picus is in Montreal, and Montreal is French Canadian, and it's a bilingual city, we really wanted to have French emails in here.
The only thing that with that, I mentioned in the Hengsha, I want to have the players to feel the flavor of the place by being exposed to the local language. I do feel that we could have gone a little bit farther with the French emails, because even though it's bilingual city, it's mostly a French speaking city. So I thought that we were a little bit too conservative. We should have pushed it more. But in the end, the ones who are there, it's kind of cool for the French Canadians out there.
And it should have been more than the emails, like the signs and everything.
Exactly.
There's a few French things, but it should have been pushed quite a bit more.
Yeah.
And the other thing we tried to really get across here is the sense that because you're coming into this and it's supposed to be a 24-hour news broadcast center, there should be people in here, and yet there aren't. And the reason they...
Looks like everyone left.
God damn it!
The place is deserted.
Because somebody triggered a fire alarm and then silenced it. I suggest you find Miss Kassan quickly and get out of there.
Whatever. God damn it. Good night. Good luck. Yeah, that was the director's commentary. Sorry, developer's commentary.
Access denied.
Okay, your hands are busy from, I don't know, whatever you've been doing today, Europe. Let's turn into a Modernization 9 campaign. World size humongous, nations 12, forced alliances on, length 2,300 turns. Any other interested, just ping me back. P.S. Shotgun on the Germans. Give me them Panzer tanks. Just reminding you about my note on the comet story you're uploading today. Please make sure to remove the frame where you can see the VersaLife space station in the shot. The big boys will blast us if we let in, guaranteed. Oh, the VersaLife space station. Yeah, okay. I don't know if you know this, space stations are expensive. Really, really expensive. French. We have these reviews for a reason. Liberty of the press or freedom of expression have absolutely nothing to do with this. You have very good columnists. Funny, witty, and a bit disturbing. That's part of your style. This is not a commission to sanction your right to speak your mind. It's an editing review. Standard procedure, and you know it. One of Picus's main responsibilities comes from the notion that everything we do can have effect on the mind and emotion of the public. With this comes power, but with this power comes responsibility. And it's cliche, I know, but it's true. You can't go around spurting insanities just for the sake of it. You can call it an agenda if you want to, but I prefer to think of it as a responsible approach to entertainment. Anyway, still up for a session of Universe of Shadows on Saturday? Just want to know that 2 of our sites, Covenant Playground and Psycon 11, have both been nominated for Web 3.0 awards. Congrats! Best webisode for Tony's back in post-nuclear USSR. Alright, hang on. Probably Plutonia. I mean, it would make sense. Alright, let's see if I can figure out what this says. My chair. No matter who took my chair, we have chairs specially made for mini meetings. Please bring mine back to me and don't take it back. Every time the settings are messed up, I have to spend 30 minutes resetting everything like everyone else. Thanks. The page with the article rebuking the accusations against Belltower's activities in Australia is down. Please bring it back ASP. Hello all, just a simple reminder to go through the lexicon of approved terms and vocabulary, here's the wiki link, before you submit anything on official servers or post in the forums. Hang on. Let's just leave the translator up here. What do we got? This is the whole mystery of augmentation. One must devote one's passion, energy, creativity to convince and at the same time tell him that he is free to adhere to the opinion that he proposes to him. No code found. Time to hack it up. Oh, never mind. That's true. Instead of playing that garbage game, World of Warcraft, you could be playing Lotro, Mr. Red. Think about it. Think about it. Oh, God damn it. My most popular stream ever was Halo 1. That sucked. It's the chair email again. Just want to give you a tip. In your script for the piece about Taggart, you refer to him as an anti-augmentation activist. Try to avoid using that term. Pro-human has less negative connotation. Andrew, good job on the riot text. Love the part about Seraph being like Nero playing his electric fiddle as Detroit Perns. That's tough. Want to hit up a baseball game tonight? Wow! So, don't speak too badly about Bill Taggart. And good job speaking badly about Seraph. Oh yeah, very technically, Stardew was my most popular stream. That's a bit of a technically, though. I mean, it's hard to beat 8,000 concurrent viewers, you know? So does Lotro have a good story? Yeah, it's pretty much the thing that makes Lotro pop so well and why so many people like it, myself included. It has its flaws, even narratively, but it's good stuff. The main reason I've been so hesitant to ever even consider covering it, aside from the microtransaction hellscape that has become in recent years, is because the gameplay... Oh yeah, no, my sister... I don't know if I mentioned this, but after the fact, she came to me and mentioned just how she was having a quiet panic attack because she didn't understand what was happening. And I wasn't, like, in the moment, all I was saying, because I was freaking out as I saw it happening, was like, I think I'm being raided. And she didn't know what that meant. So she thought the cops had showed up. I don't know if Lake Town's in, Lotro. Mr. Red? Yeah, exactly, Ross. Yeah, sorry, if you don't understand why the cops showing up would be a bad thing, look up swatting sometime. It is a very real fear that has been a very real part of my life for several years. Thankfully, I have yet to have to experience it firsthand, because people have quite literally died during those. And I have 3 adorable nieces who live with me now. Whoever started the experiment in cafeteria fridge number 5. You know, the one about slowly turning what looks like a roasted beef stew or meal into a sentient creature that knows only the twin imperatives of suppress all life and assault all senses. Could you please buy yourself semi-automatic military carbine and put an end to the abomination you've created? Clean that stuff up in there. It's disgusting. Tom just sent me an email about the whole Pangaea coverage idea last week. I think we might have found a viable angle. I was like you at first and a bit uncertain, but I have to admit he's got me convinced. You can probably use this to Picus's official to favor Picus's official position, and the extra user clicks won't hurt the sponsors. Everybody wins. One moment, please. Yep. No, Takota's absolutely right. Pro-human implies that people who aren't. Oh.
So now we're getting close to Eliza's room, 404, and eventually as you move through the facility, you'll go to the room 802.11. And when Mary came to me with that proposal and everything, at first I was kind of reluctant because I felt it was a little bit too much. Well, too on the nose.
But people might not realize. I mean, Eliza is, of course, named after the first AI that was somewhat showing signs of intelligence, and that's why we wanted that name. And 404 is a failure, an internet failure, a warning message that says file not found. And so we kind of found that to be good. And then, of course, the room 802.11 is the universal wireless transmission. And so I really wanted to tie all that in as subtle hints about the truth of Eliza.
But to me, it was that, like, I was like, oh, is it too on the nose? But I thought, like, because we work in the computer industry and everything, and we're more familiar with all those things, for us, it's a little bit, it's obvious. But for
me, I knew about the 404, the other one, I didn't know what it was.
But for most people that are not into these things and everything, it's like, they don't know those things. So in the end, I thought it was a really good idea, even though maybe for the more, I would say, computer savvy people, it was like, it's so obvious.
Yeah. And I figured for computer savvy it would be obvious and little chuckle, and other people might learn something by us talking about it.
And even if they do think that's what it is, they still don't have a firm answer at that point. Absolutely. So it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, so anyways, dev commentary is good, as it always is. I do like having dev commentary. That dev commentary completely gave away an actual plot twist there. I could tell that immediately. So we'll go ahead and turn the dev commentary back off. It's good. I like it. It is a positive. It is. It's very rare that dev commentary is not a plus. It does not, Black Malkin. You have to turn it on, and then you have to get to a... they've painted zones where you can activate it, and then you have to hit F. When would be a negative? I don't know, but... Oh, where the hell's... There we go, extras. There we go. But I could anticipate a situation of that existing, right? Like hypothetically, theoretically, you could probably see a situation in which it would suck. Maybe if it was just the dev sitting there stoned, giggling at cat videos, that might not be a good thing. MDM wants Eliza to wear a blazer for their new fall collection. Do you happen to have her measurements? I'd make a guess, but I've never seen her in person. No worries if you don't know them. I'll ask Sanjay. Another semester... CEO Everett. Yeah, exactly, Kira White Noise. Fun fact, Last of Us 2 was the first time we came up with a world building negative.
Hello, Adam.
Zal tell you I was coming, Miss Kassan?
Please, call me Eliza. Zhao Yunru did not tell me. She does not know you have discovered this connection.
So how did you find out?
I have been watching you for some time. Ever since receiving orders to temporarily disrupt satellites over the Detroit metropolitan area 6 months ago.
The night Megan's team was taken. You jammed their GPL so everyone would think they were dead.
Yes. Although I only came to that conclusion later. I find my realization disturbing. I wish we could discuss this further, but it seems I have alerted them to your presence. If you leave now, you may be able to escape.
Oh, I'm leaving. But you're coming with me.
I am sorry, Adam. I truly am.
Jensen, get out of there now!
Tell me you saw that, Pritchard.
Later! Right now, I'm detecting multiple radio signals converging on your location. It's a trap!
We knew that. And I'm not leaving without Eliza Kassan. So find her while I look for a way to get downstairs.
I hate to argue against that scene, because that feels like that should be a good moment. But the problem is, like, Jensen should have probably detected that on some level or another. He's supposed to be a competent cop, and he has literally improved vision and metrics. She shouldn't even have a shadow, right? Yeah, we know holocoms exist in this setting. We've already seen it in-game several times. Never mind just, just being an aspect of the setting. But whatever. Hold on. Oh, damn. Never did found that Praxis. Yeah, and then there's the radar. Like, yeah, no, we... He might not have eyeballs anymore. I'm not sure. Does anybody know the answer to that?
404 is clear, but he couldn't have gotten far. Don't be too sure. This guy's good. Well, if he's in here somewhere, he must be scared. I'm sure he didn't expect to see this much firepower.
Yeah? Just let me catch that little snake. He'll quickly realize he's playing with the big boys now.
Or the big girls, if she gets a hold of him.
Dun dun dun. I mean, I guess so, Kira White Noise.
You got him? No, keep looking.
So yeah, I like the premise here. The first time through, there's nothing in your way. So you can just loot, take your time, soak in the ambiance, and, if you're paying attention, map it out mentally, right? Second time through, getting back out, that's when you've got your Predator section. I do have an idea of how I want to go through here. These guys are patrolling a little bit too close for comfort, so we're just going to sit chill for a second.
You, get on the upper catwalk and take a sniper position. He's probably crawling around here somewhere.
You
Let's
got
get
him?
some better
No,
sunlight.
keep looking.
Yes, sir. You, I want you to secure that exit over there.
Right away, sir. I'll try over there. On it, sir. Overarch on target! Flush him out! I saw you! Stay down! I saw you!
Well, okay. I'll accept that. I don't know, that doesn't feel like a negative off for Twitch account. The only games excuse me, singular, I think I've played with full dev commentary, and as in a full playthrough with dev commentary, is Portal 2. Which, by the way, I highly recommend if you've never done that. It is illuminating, to say the least. Skip all that nonsense.
Take him out! Keep back up.
No. When I say skip all that nonsense, I mean it. Okay, now you're screwing with me, because I swear Half-Life 2 has some kind of dev commentary. Is it like a separate thing? That's not in the game? Yeah, psychic guards is something I've already jotted down as a potential negative. Because, well, I don't like psychic guards. In fact, I don't want to be too harsh on this game, but Splinter Cell Chaos Theory had better guard AI than this game does. Individual guards with individual things, and the last known position and reacting accordingly. Like, that was good stuff. Firewatch had dev commentary, which was surprisingly good.
You see that? Identify yourself. Keep looking. I do not have a confirmation yet. Hostile in the area. Keep searching.
I don't remember Thief's AI well enough to give substantial thoughts on it. Sorry. Look, you want to lose your kneecaps. This is a good way to get it done, buddy.
Something suspicious. Stay on patrol.
Might have taken too long because I couldn't get it to trigger.
Hey, what happened? Need backup. Need backup.
Cam.
Moving to attack. Hostile on the run.
Richard, have you found Eliza Kazan yet?
Possibly. Back in room 404, I detected a holo processing cloud more sophisticated than anything I've ever seen. It was sent from an area of the complex that wasn't showing up on the 3D layout.
You found a secret lair.
A sub-basement level that somebody spent an awful lot of time trying to conceal. It's connected to the tower by a funicular. Look for a staircase in the back of the TV newsroom and you'll reach it.
And now I find myself wondering, why can't I save? Yep, nope, save is locked out right now. What would be the best AI in a stealth game? Like, my thought immediately goes towards Dishonored 2, but I think I'm being biased there because of how customizable it is.
Yes, sir. I turned them off myself.
Over there!
Stop! God damn it! I couldn't stop looting! I couldn't stop! I couldn't stop myself from looting! You know what? I think I know what we're gonna do in this room. That guy has revolver ammo, and I want it, which means I gotta do some inventory juggling, which means you can't be alive to interrupt me while I'm doing that.
He's still around. I'm going in.
Where is he? Intruder! There!
I don't understand why that missed, but whatever.
I see him!
Oh, hello. God damn it. Damn it, Rama. I want my revolver ammo.
You see that? Identify yourself.
Considering you just said Thief's AI isn't very good, Plutonia, that means nobody has good AI. Which would make sense.
I do not have a confirmation yet. Hostile in the area. Keep searching. Go! Go! Double time! Need backup.
Worst AI in a stealth game? Metal Gear Solid 1.
Intruder! There! Stay down! You bastard!
Damn it. Oh, my neck. That's kind of what I was thinking, too, after our Twitch account. Like, what I value in an AI is that it responds in... How to explain this? In a multifaceted way. If an AI can detect you and then never undetect you, that's not what I would call good AI. If an AI can perfectly tell that you've made... Like you've aggroed some guy 15 feet away, that's not the kind of thing I enjoy. Yeah, exactly. I like being able to play with the AI. As much as we've been talking about stealth games, I have to mention the Arkham games, specifically Arkham Asylum. Because Arkham Asylum allowed you to really play with the guards and mess with them in ways that don't really make them smart, but make them very video gamey, and that made them fun, right?
Oh, shit. He's dead. There's someone around here. I do not have a confirmation yet.
Yeah, let me ultra gravity here. I haven't played Metal Gear Solid 5. 4 had some decent stuff you could do with the AI.
Pritchard, have you found Eliza Kazan yet?
Possibly. Back in room 404, I detected a holo processing cloud. more sophisticated than anything I've ever seen. It was sent from an area of the complex that wasn't showing up on the 3D layout.
You found a secret lair.
A sub-basement level that somebody spent an awful lot of time trying to conceal. It's connected to the tower by a funicular. Look for a staircase in the back of the TV newsroom and you'll reach it.
Playstyle, no. Structure, a little bit, because you got your hubs and your side quests and your quests, and then your mission zones. So I could see how structurally you could compare this to VTMB1. Alright, so let's see if we can make some room for a revolver, shall we? Because we can't... Yep, okay, so... What could we dump? You know, that is a very good question, Ross. That's sniper ammo. Why do they have sniper? You know what? I don't even want to know. Well, let's not even talk about the second half of VTMB1. Let's just leave that over there. So, let me tell you a story, Ross.
Hello?
There I am, playing Fallout 76.
Hiding here, you better come out.
With my friend, right?
I've got a possible visual. Confirm sighting? Going in.
See, he just knows I'm over here.
Flush him out!
I swear there's something wrong with my aiming. I am not that bad of a shot. So I'm playing Fallout 76. Wrong button. Wrong button. There we go. And I can't remember what I was doing. I was trying to get to a specific thing. Maybe I should just start firing from the hip, because yeah, there's just something wrong about that aiming. And that's perfect. That's exactly where I was aiming. I just don't even know. I don't even know. And Fallout 76 has some pretty wonky terrain. So I'm like, okay, so I'll go ahead and walk up, and I see a cliff edge like this, and I'm like, okay, no problem. I go right over it, jump right over it, actually, without hesitation, and then immediately hit jump again. And then it was a sufficiently high up cliff that I had a good second or two to realize what was about to happen before I collided with the ground and died instantly. Heavy ammo. And I think you're right, Dakota. I think aiming has been my mistake, because all of a sudden I can just aim perfectly. I'm gonna keep doing that for a while, see how that feels. Got some revolver ammo finally. That's a problem. Yeah, pretty much, Ross. The good news is my friend Pax has obviously played Zelda, so he got it instantly. It was just kind of funny. Okay, let's do a real test. Long shot, no iron sights. I'll wait till he slows down a little bit more.
What was that?
Without hesitation. Oh my god. Headshot.
Nearing source of disturbance. Shit, what a mess. What happened here?
I should have known the moment we realized that just aiming with the laser sight was better. That aiming down the sights was worse. Oh god, Ross. Why would you do that to yourself? like disable this thing, you know, you don't have to do the Koroks, Ross. It's okay. The nightmare's over. Fallout 76 is a very Bethesda game at its core. I'm explaining that wrong. It's got the jank, and it's got the weird, and it's got some of the worst control schemes you've ever seen in a game. But the actual content, the characters, the quests, the world building, the encounters, the upgrades, the crafting system, the build system is actually really good. And it's a lot of fun to play co-op. You can literally feel that it was a game started by Bethesda and then handed off to another studio, because you can tell how much the other studio has taken it and run with it. I haven't reviewed Fallout 3 yet, offshore Twitch account, so I don't know. The RPG block, we'll get there. We'll get there. So an example of jank. How do you change your settings in a video game, Yura? Tell me right now. You're at the game, you want to get to your settings. How do you change them? What do you do? No, I need like specifics. What do you actually do to make this thing happen?
Access granted.
So how do you get to the menu, Yura? Be more specific. Be more specific. Think as a designer. You have to actually program menu inputs at which point in time. Okay, press start on a controller. Okay, so you've already failed. Congratulations. At step 1, you have not successfully opened the menu. Can anyone tell me, if you know the answer, don't answer, but can anyone tell me, what do you think the button is on the keyboard? Because I play mouse and keyboard. What button do you think pulls up the menu?
Jensen, I've been tracking your progress through the 3D layout. You're close to the funicular.
Any chance it's sitting there waiting for me?
Where would the fun be in that? You'll have to call it and wait. Oh, and Jensen, when you do, they're going to know where you are.
You have to be on full alert.
Okay. Escape is a very good guess. It is, of course, wrong, but it's still a good guess. Tab is a good guess, too. Still wrong. So there's the storage room code. Numpad, backspace, shift. Come on, keep it coming. You haven't guessed it yet. Space. Right mouse click. M. Okay, you're half right, R. Spruce. Because, plot twist, spoilers, trick question, there is no setting button. There is no going to the menu button. What you actually have to do is you have to press M to go to the map. Now, once you're on the map, what button do you press to bring up the settings menu? Where's this dumb thing? M again. I mean, M would be pretty stupid. Escape would be pretty stupid too, but no. Tab? Tab would make sense. They like to use tab in Bethesda games, but still no, unfortunately. It's a security 3, Jesus. Alt F4. That would be funny. Let's see if that was worth my ammo. Ooh, hello. I think that actually was worth my ammo. Holy crap. Clicking someone on the map. These are all good answers because they're all, you know, terrible, terrible ideas. But no, the answer is, of course, Z, as in zebra. Now that's it. That's that particular chain. But I thought it's a good way. It's one of my favorite ways to explain just how janky the controls are in Fallout 76. To open the menu, you hit Map and then Z. There's actually worse than that. Up, that's what I'm saying. Like, with the build... Getting into build mode is the aggravation. Once you're in build mode, it's actually pretty smooth. But getting into that is just... Come on, game. You and your revolver ammo. You know what? Here. Drop the combat rifle. Give me my ammo. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Okay, I'm gonna drop the flashbang. And... and the gas grenade. We'll get rid of that. Oh, there's a freaking turret right there, too. Oh, jeez. Back off, back off. Hang on.
I do not have a confirmation yet. Suspicious. I don't like this.
Yes, Yura. There are a few things where you'll have issues, especially in the Thieves Guild and the Assassins Guild and the Mages Guild. So everything you just said, but it is possible, yes. Up to 7,000 credits now, jeez. I will take that. Where are we at on that? Let's drop this. Grab that instead. Probably worth more money anyways. I think I want those concussive mines. Yeah, I think I do. What are painkillers? I haven't used these this whole time. Ah, that increases your max health. Sure. Wait, seriously. Oh, because those are already mines, and that's a template. Oh, for God's sakes. Okay, hang on. Mine you with that. Sure, whatever, I guess. God damn it. Okay. I didn't ask for this. All right. There. Okay.
That's done it. They'll be converging on your position, and the funicular will take some time to get there. It isn't a high-speed elevator.
Great.
Not to worry. I'm sure your new friends will make the wait interesting. I'll keep you up to date on its progress.
Thanks for nothing, Francis.
Someone hiding over there?
Nope.
Make the call.
Is it possible to just not be detected this whole time? And manage it? Also, does the gas kill them or knock them out? Anybody know? Asking for a friend.
The funicular is halfway there, Jensen. Your ride is there, Jensen. Get moving.
Oh, okay. I guess. Since, I'm done.
Jensen, I'm beginning to think that not everything is what it appears to be at Picus Communications.
And what gave you that idea? The hidden sub-basement, the fact that a 24-hour news network has been cleared of all workers, or the heavily armed guards trying to kill me?
Spare me the sarcasm. I'm talking about how easy it's been to bypass the firewall and access their systems. At least, parts of them.
Whatever do you mean?
I mean, I feel as if I'm being directed to some areas of the network and kept away from others. Only no security system I know of can do that on the fly.
Figure it out later, Pritchard. If I'm gonna catch Miss Kassan in action, I need a more accurate destination than the secret lair.
The hollow processing cloud you encountered in room 404 was accompanied by a massive power spike. The spike originated in one of the sub-basement's bigger rooms, 80211. I suspect that's where she broadcasts from.
Get it? 80211? Don't worry. It's a little bit more esoteric than 404. It's a heck of a trip. Yeah, it's specifically a wireless internet protocol. Yeah, we're already at, what is it, 0451, I think is the code. It's actually been a while.
Go! Go! Double time! Open!
Unit Bravo, Foxtrot, and Golf will secure the Picus facility. Prime target is Seraph Attack Dog. Use of lethal force authorized. Acquire and terminate. Red is team lead and will make sure nothing happens to our friend from 404. I want sit rep as soon as things are under control. Thank you, Bragwin. Okay, the timing of that. What I said frickin' bots in reaction to the Roomba that's about to come over here and attack me. So, that was just extremely coincidental timing.
Still nothing. Who's there? It's gone. Continuing search, low position.
I mean, Pistol has just been really legit this whole playthrough. Perhaps too legit, one might say. Wow, it can actually get in here. I didn't think it could. Shame I can't melee these dumb things. Good afternoon, Evo. With the rush of day-to-day operations, it's easy to lose focus and forget what the job is all about. As a reminder to all of you, minds and emotions can be influenced by the media. A crowd has the mental age of a 5-year-old child. It is our mission to orient and guide the child to higher understanding. That understanding must keep the right interest at heart. Language and carefully chosen words are a form of influence. Anyone can experience the world and express points of view. Words are condensed ideas and the sole means for men to understand the world. This is the power of semiology and rhetoric. Control is in the delivery of information. Knowledge is power, and today, knowledge is based on information. Controlling access and the flow of information is the key to power. With this power comes responsibility. Also, there's the password for the armory, which, you know, I'm about to loot. Root? I was going to say raid. Raid and loot. Alright, Evo. Should I kill the bot? Yes, no. Yes, no. Yes, no. Quick, quick, quick. Too late. Die, bot. Die, bot. Good call, Evo. Where's the armory? Here's the armory. Get some eyes on here. What do we got? What do we got? Well, you did say you're sorry. You know what that means. Alright, so, what do we got here? Out of space? What? I do like pancakes. No, that's not true. I actually hate pancakes. But you know what I like? Grapes. Well, that was actually useless because I just destroyed everything on my way in, but whatever. Security rating 4? I'm good. There's ammo. I mean, I'm basically full on everything anyways. Mark! Mark! Where's my beetle stuff? Ah! Sorry. What I meant to say. You know what? That might be worth it. Let's save. Let's see if this is actually worth it. Alright, so we've got Peps ammo, heavy ammo, a cooling system, machine gun ammo, sniper ammo, typhoon ammo, revolver ammo. Alright. Okay, let's do a little juggling. Let's drop that, first of all, so we can grab that, so we can reload our ammo. Okay, and now, let's just drop the combat rifle. Let's see what this thing is. For the heavy rifle. Yeah. I mean, honestly, done. I'm already sold on this thing, so let's just do that. Okay. Pick that back up. Yeah, I saw it mentioned the plasma rifle. I guess as much as we can have right now. God, I really need a vendor to offload some of this crap.
See that? The door opened, but no one came through.
That was the wrong gun. Holy crap. That was the wrong gun. Whoops.
Come get me! I need a visual!
It would probably suck, but only for a moment, because then you'd, you know, not feel anything anymore. Probably suck more when you wake up. That guy. Really? Game? Okay. Ditto. Here, what knows? Wow, I've actually run out of 10mm. That's the first time that's happened the entire playthrough. I've been doing a lot of things lately. Well, I could use a vendor. You're in mid-mission. Yeah, that's nice. I don't know if it's more fun to go loud. It's more fun to not try to ghost. And I've actually come down to two major reasons why. The first is just there's a lot of backtracking in general, which obviously has its own thing. But the second, and arguably much more important reason why, is because the load time is just crazy. Yeah, going loud is risky. The only reason I'm managing it is because I've got actually a pretty decent arsenal on me right now. I prefer going quiet, whether I'm killing or not. Yeah, I did like the vendor machines in Borderlands. It was a good solution to the problem. Well, I have no idea, Evo. Because you're right, this is... I deserve that. This is a 13-year-old game. But here, look at this. Watch this. Let's say I just made a mistake on my Ghost playthrough. Whoops! Reload. That wasn't actually bad. In some zones, that's much slower. Yeah, it's also true. Going loud slows your progress. Let's switch over here. Can I make room for that? Yes, and I think I will. Swap the grenade for the mine. Yeah, EMP plus a flash. Bang. Ow. It's true. It is my fault for making mistakes. Okay. You like little cold wisps coming off of it from the...
Stop, I see you.
the heat thing that I installed. How do you prefer to play, Evo, when you play this game? Because I know you've played this before. When Evo says, I've never played this game before, and I feel like an idiot. What is that? Shotgun. Yeah, I was immediately unimpressed with the shotgun. We've also been having trouble with ammo in general. for anything other than what the enemies use. It's a very common problem in a lot of FPSs. You tend to get drops that the enemy uses, which means you tend to be, you know, funneled towards certain weapon types because that's the ammo type, right? Now, there's a very magical video gamey solution to this that I've seen once in a game called Fallout 76. The way it works is the moment you loot something, like the moment you hit that button right there, it checks what kind of weapon you currently have equipped and says, oh, that's a such and such. Here, have ammo type of such and such. And while that is very video gamey, it's actually kind of an awesome solution to the problem. Because it means pretty much no matter who you're fighting, they will drop ammo that you can use. Have you seen the guy from HR? Peter something. Have you seen the ass on that baby? Mommy likes. Seriously, I would cook those buns so good. But no, it's a great feature, especially since in Fallout 76, something that they also do very right is there's no such thing as best gun in Fallout 76. All the guns play and feel and work differently. And so it's all about picking your favorite, right? And so also there's a tremendous amount of customization. When it comes to hang on. There's a tremendous amount of customization with regards to your kit. There's multiple mods and multiple ways those mods can be progressed and multiple ways to vary up how they fight and just all kinds of stuff. It's very customizable. So your ammo type matters quite a bit in Fallout 76, and making sure you're always keeping the same, you know, the right ammo type in, that's a good thing. Goddamn thing. You know what? Fine. Go away. You know, Evo, you still haven't answered my question. I'm starting to think you're ignoring. Oh, went off. I mean, the Halo games had this exact same problem, if you remember. In a lot of levels, your loadout, your weapon selection, was determined almost entirely based on what enemies you were fighting. I asked, since I know you've played this game before, maybe, have you, maybe, what's your preferred playstyle in Human Revolution? Yeah, especially in the zombie stages, good lord. You like shotgun ammo, right? Rendering Mexican drug war scene. My god, they're faking news! Yeah, I figured. Dang it. Okay, hang on. Let's go ahead and drop the combat rifle again. That up. Refill my ammo. Pick the combat rifle back up. Hey, you think Ricky's idea will work about the violence in mainland China? God, imagine being so soulless that you work at a place where your job is fake news. Listen, editors asked me to review your stuff about the Second World Enhanced games. You're new here, so don't take it personal. We all go through it. You have to remember to phrase things to make your context work for you and better support your point of view. For instance, I changed former or non-augmented athletes have diverging opinion towards augmented sports or athletes, but the public seems to enjoy the new promises of intensity and excitement offered by augmented disciplines. Steer, the preparations are for the upcoming Second World Enhanced games. 2, It's hard not to feel a touch of bitterness when asking former or non-augmented athletes about their various opinions towards augmented sports or athletes. According to some, the public seemed to enjoy the new promises of brutal intensity and danger offered by augmented disciplines. Despite the tense climate, the preparations for the upcoming games are well underway, at least for now. The idea is that I didn't really change anything that's been said or what happened, but the presentation and phrasing imply things that aren't necessarily there in the first place. Don't worry, you'll get the hang of it. Yeah, Cyberpunk is not a game that really supports stealth gameplay. We talked about that during that playthrough. My God. It supports non-lethal. Here I go. Crippling again. Wait, do I have that code? I do not. Yeah, thank God, real-life news reporters. Never. Well, it may now, Black Hawk. It certainly didn't when I played it. Ammo. Wait, I'm out of ammo. Out of ammo. Oh, I want more ammo, though. But I need to make a lot of spaces if I want more ammo. Ugh. Okay. Well, I immediately withdraw the statement, Black Malkin. You win all arguments. I won't quit. Damn, okay. I guess I'll leave the rest of that ammo on the floor. Well, I have never played Witcher 3 without cheats, and I never will. And I played all the way through Cyberpunk without cheats. So I think that's my answer to that. Infinite health, infinite magic, and fast
Hello,
travel.
Adam.
You're up.
I knew you would find the real me eventually.
Rorschach!
Computer.
A sophisticated AI program, so they say. But I have started to question that. Ever since I realized what my interference had allowed, the day I started watching you.
This is impossible. People would know.
Would they? I was engineered to monitor communications and data streams. To find out what people are talking about and make sure it's being discussed correctly.
Correctly? And what if it isn't?
Then my programming allows me to reshape it.
You spin the news. Control what people see. Who created you? Whose policies are you programmed to protect?
Zhao is one of them, I think. But there are others.
Tell me. Who else is involved in this, Eliza? Where's Megan Reed? Who ordered the kidnapping?
I want to tell you, Adam, but I cannot.
Why not?
Because she won't let me.
So, boss fight.
Adam, run.
Came a little more prepared this time. I think Eliza is also experiencing droid effect actively. I agree with that outcome. Yeah. What, you don't like my minigun?
But she is easier for me to understand than move, Adam.
Way too much health. As usual. Give me a moment, Ross. Let's go and pop one of these. Yeah, Eliza is actively rebelling against her programming.
Makes it difficult to anticipate your actions. Perhaps that is why I enjoy watching you. She is coming for you, Adam.
No, she's not. Yeah, sorry. I brought a minigun. Nice legs.
Her life signs are fading. Will you save her?
I'll think about it. Will you answer my questions now?
I cannot tell you where Reed and the others were taken. They vanished from the global grid as soon as the doctor removed their GPL implants.
What doctor?
This is Sandoval. Why are you calling me here?
I know this guy. He's Bill Taggart's aide.
He was a trauma surgeon before he became an anti-augmentation activist. Would you like to hear more?
Yes.
There's been a change of plans. Serif's team must not make it to the hearing.
But that's too soon. If you want me to remove the GPLs, I'll need a full operating suite. Does the facility have one?
Barrett assures me it does.
FEMA. That's where they were taken. But why? Why take them at all?
An acquaintance of yours has the answer. David Sarif.
Sarif?
I have copied the audio transmission to a handheld playback device. I suggest you take it and leave quickly.
I have more questions.
And I have already told you too much. This passage will take you to your companion. Just be careful, Adam. Because everybody lies.
Allow me to go against the grain a little bit. I actually like Eliza. It's mostly her writing, I think. She's written to be just enough of a bot while still being a little bit humanized. It's a nice in-betweeny thing. Like her dialogue, right? Her sentence structure, her word choice. Isn't quite human, but isn't fully robotic either. And so it's well done. I like it. It's probably one of the better written characters in terms of literal moment-to-moment writing. I also happen to like that, because that's Eliza right there. Something that's been true in a lot of science fiction is the idea that in order to approximate something that is close to actual AI, you need a colossal amount of real estate, physical real estate, in order to be able to have the sheer hardware necessary to approximate sentience and sapience. Doom, of all things, did this, if you remember, in Doom 4, Doom 2016. And I've seen a few other examples of this as well. And yeah, I don't want to do much of that, but it makes sense, right? It makes a degree of sense. And of course, that's why we've got so much supercoolant going through here as well. And oh, by the way, there's the rest of her. Anyways, just wanted to comment on that. Nice little moment. Ross asked a question, but Ross has decided not to watch me because Ross hates me and my stupid face. And I don't blame Ross, because my face is extremely stupid. Oh, that's hilarious, Evo. Oh my god. I think that happened to me once during my run.
Jensen? Eliza Kassan just contacted me and told me I should meet you here. You ready to go?
Yep.
Yeah, take us home, Malik.
Amen to that.
Anyways, that was Montreal. There you are, Ross. Okay, so I know my face is dumb, but hear me out. Yeah, seriously. Can we get a frickin' store, please? Augmentation's bad. Things that are different from us are wrong. I don't like people of color. Oh, wait. If you ever want to lose faith in humanity, read some of the official political documents coming out of the Confederate South circa United States Civil War.
Jensen, we've got a problem. I can't land at HQ. A riot's broken out. Boss says to drop you at your apartment.
I could use a shower.
You'll have to make it quick. He's on his way to meet you.
Yeah, considering we probably haven't had a rest break since China, and think about how long the trip is from China to Montreal. Yeah. Okay, so do I have a vendor? Excuse me, are you a vendor?
Mr. Jensen, we've been expecting you. Mr. Sheriff went to your apartment.
That doesn't sound like I am a vendor, and please buy my stuff, respectively. So here's the answer, Ross. Witcher 3 combat is very factory worker syndrome for me. It's designed to be the kind of thing where you have to think about every encounter, and you have to like prep yourself, get the right potion combination, get the right equipment, use the terrain, blah 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 for every encounter, and that's fine until you think about the absolutely enormous quantity of encounters that exist in Witcher 3, of which there are many. And Geralt himself is also something of a paper tiger. Sure, he hits hard and can take down a lot of things, but that's almost entirely due to his knowledge, which is reflected in gameplay. If anything gets up on him, he just melts, right? Just falls over instantly. So that sucks, and I don't particularly care for that. And I got sufficiently sick of it that I actually put the game down and refused to play it for quite a while. Until finally I found it was actually a mod that added a cheat menu into the game, which is funny because it's actually a really good mod, because it's each variable and it goes in both directions. You want to make things easier, you want to make things harder, you know, the kind of stuff I usually really appreciate when it comes to difficulty design. So that mod suddenly made the game playable for me, and that was the first time I actually beat it, was under that. Lot of guards here. That beats me, though. I've never beaten Witcher 3, even not on easy. How's the story? Amazing. Unironically, one of the best story axes in a game I've ever seen. I'm not being hyperbolic when I say that. It's kind of at, like, arcane levels, just on the story axis. Hell, even the gameplay axis still has good things. Some of the quest design, and some of the, like, the flow and branching layout are really good in Witcher 3. Now, not all of it is. One of the other problems Witcher 3 has is actually its overworld design. One of the biggest problems you can effortlessly walk into in Witcher 3, and I have many accounts of this, not just myself, is it's really easy to just be roaming, just exploring, looking for quests or whatever, and stumble into something that's 10 levels higher than you, which then bodies you instantly, and I hope you saved recently. So... yeah, or 20 levels higher. Yeah. It's a thing.
Welcome home, Mr. Jensen. You have new messages.
Apparently that's not all I have. Make yourself at home, boss.
It's a fucking mess out there, Adam. You seen the news? Picus is telling everyone we're breeding super soldiers. Taggart's at the convention center right now, urging the UN to investigate.
Is it true?
Of course not.
Except for the Typhoon, right? And a few of those defense contracts.
What?
Oh, and let's not forget the fact that Megan's team was kidnapped right before her research went public. How do you explain that one, boss?
I wanted people to see that research. Megan was on the brink of something historic. Something that would have catapulted this company to the top of the Fortune 500. Her kidnappers knew it. They knew exactly where her research would take us. And they refused to let anyone else have that much power.
Anyone else? Eliza was right. You do know more than you've told me.
I suspected. But these people? They're like ghosts. Always in the shadows. Always hiding behind lies and proxies.
Who are they?
A name won't mean much. They'll use whatever one suits their interests. Sometimes it's the Masons. Sometimes the Bilderberg Group. They've had a finger in every corporation, organization, or government initiative that's defined modern society.
You're talking about... the Illuminati?
It's no joke. They're organized and they operate over and above society.
You're serious? So why would the Illuminati kidnap Megan's team?
I already told you. Megan found a way to make augmentation safer for all of us, so we can all become like you.
Like me?
Like... you are. More than human. We've got to get him back, Adam.
You said Taggart is speaking at the convention center right now?
Bitch even sent me an invite.
His aide, Sandoval, is neck deep in this.
I don't know where Sandoval is, but Taggart will. Adam, you've got to handle this delicately. We don't know Taggart is involved, and we can't afford another punch in the face. I'm trusting you with this one.
Yeah, Seraph is a fascinating example of a megacorp CEO. Probably one of the most good ones we've seen who doesn't have Wayne in his name. Like, just in general, in fiction. Yeah, Seraph absolutely has moral lines and limits. Not... I wouldn't hesitate... I wouldn't call him a good guy, but he has lines. He has an ethical code, and it absolutely causes issues with him and with everybody else. We see a little bit more of that in the second game, and don't worry, when Deus Ex 3 comes out, or I guess 5, we'll finally see the conclusion of all that. Did I already? I did. Okay, good. Some ammo while we're here. Why not? Yeah, agreed, Graham. Just like Seraph defying the Illuminati says something, and he is high enough to know that the Illuminati exists, which actually puts him ahead of a lot of people in general. Let me jot down some notes really quick here. Okay. I don't mind the gold color scheme. I know a lot of people mock it. I think I like it more in this version than in the original. Because I was looking up a few things earlier today and I saw screenshots of the original and holy crap, that's too much. As I've joked about before, that's Fallout 3 levels of color filter. All Plutonia. Probably Kiroid noise. Have both sides there kind of chopping up the majority share. I don't know, what do we think about that boss fight? Granted, I just kind of ran over it because I actually was prepped for it this time. I've been saving heavy weapons ammo the entire lead up to it. I do like how the AI will actually warn you when she's doing an attack run. I do like how you can see her through her cloak in several ways. But otherwise, it's just kind of there, and as usual, she has entirely too much health. So I don't know. What are we thinking? Of course it kills her anyways. Yeah, I hate to constantly I hate to constantly reference Mankind Divided, but I think Mankind Divided in general had better boss fights. Actually, you know what? Here. I will be right back. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I kind of agree, Evo. I don't remember any of the bosses being particularly good. I think the AI warning and the water splashes Pull her up to a wash. What are we thinking? Everyone in chat, no, you're dumb and you're Hitler. Oh. What? Is that a bug or a plot event? Well, I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Re-establishing security system. See you soon, Mr. Jensen.
That's probably sad when I'm not sure at a glance, but whatever. It's fine. I'm just coughing up blood. Okay, it's not my blood. Ugh, delicious. I head up the puppy.
Jensen, you asshole! You cost me my job.
Slow down. What happened?
What happened? They found out I let you into the morgue. That's what happened. They canned me.
Wayne, I'm sorry. You didn't deserve any of this.
Damn right I didn't. That's the second time you screwed me over.
I know. And I want to make it up to you for everything you've been through. Seraph Industries lost a lot of good people in the last 6 months, and we could use someone like you.
Oh, really? You're not saying that just to say it.
Talk to HR. Tell them I recommend you. Corporate security pays more than being a cop, and you won't be stuck behind a desk.
Jeez, yeah. Okay. I need the work, but this better be on the level.
It is. None of this is your fault, so let me make it right.
Yeah. I should sit down, you know? It's been a long week, and then all this crap, but thanks. I mean it.
I feel like that can go very differently. Confirm, deny?
Okay. Thousands of angry rioters took to the streets in several cities this evening.
Tonight, across North America, Europe, Africa, and the Middle East, protesters are turning up in tens of thousands to voice their opposition against trans people. I mean, human augmentation research by biotech corporations. Many have begun burning cars and looting businesses to get their points across. The violence erupted after satellite footage surfaced, showing unidentified scientists performing torturous vivisection-like experiments on teams of so-called augmented super soldiers. Images of the procedures have garnered near-universal condemnation from the international community. In Detroit, huge crowds have gathered in front of Seraph Industries. Swelling the protesters' numbers are those who had attended the anti-augmentation crusader Bill Tackert's speech at the Mullins Convention Center. Heavily armed police units have been brought in to restore order. Artists Against Violence announce Concert for Peace. The Artists Against Violence have announced an upcoming benefit concert to promote peace. Slated for the Trinity Theater in Los Angeles, all proceeds will go to the Retake Our City initiative. Confirmed artists include superstar Nyashia, Akeem, and rockers The Seventh Day Syndicate.
This is Eliza Kassan reporting.
The Seventh Day Syndicate? Jesus Christ. Yeah, exactly, Plutonia. Yep, it's always about whatever. I don't even want to get into it. Screw them. Screw them all. Just etch a sketch the planet. We're done here. Okay. Ugh, I need a vendor. God, I need a vendor. Give me a vendor or this gun is going to turn you into a vendor. Alright, for real. Where's the nearest vendor? Where's the nearest vendor? I guess this way? A vendor creator gun. I mean, I don't actually 100% remember the plot of this game, but I'll tell you right now. The Illuminati is interested in one thing more than anything else, and that is control. Especially at this era, because this is still under what's-his-face. I forget his name. Not Bob. Where am I? Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, Lucius. So, I think... Oh God, I'm a little turned around. Yes, there's the police station. Yep, okay, no, I'm right. And that means something like augmentation is dangerous to them, because it means it's harder to control, right? So they either want to be completely ahead of it, and or they want to slow it down until they have control over it, and then they can roll it out as they see fit. Like, again, not even knowing the plot of this game, I guarantee you that's their angle. Can I not go through here?
You've got no right!
I'd seen the footage, but that shit could be doctored easily. These people are probably freaking out for nothing.
You know, what if it's true, man? An army of cog soldiers? Detroit will be a police state in no time. Nazism, man, right here in the US of A.
Stop jumping to conclusions. Don't be a sheep like the rest of this mob. Goaded on by Taggart, his purist cult.
They ain't a cult, man. They just believe in preserving what God gave us.
Apparently they don't care about causing millions of dollars in damage to the city. Bunch of opportunists, if you ask me.
You're around, Dakota. I'm going to cut off very soon anyways. I'm more or less just trying to get to a vendor. So I can actually sell this stupid stuff. Oh my god, I can't even loot the frickin' pistol. Okay. Maybe, is this everyone? Well, everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
If the place is, and it might just be that I'm hungry, but if the place is half as good as it looks, then like that might be the new.
Yeah, yeah.
Default sandwich.
No, these look good.
I had a hard time choosing. I was gonna do like 2 half sandwiches, and I decided not to.
Not a bad idea, actually. I don't know, I'll have to think about that.
My wife doesn't end up wanting her Thanksgiving sandwich, so that'll be my lunch too. Because it looks really good.
Yeah.
The Bobby.
Mm-hmm. They have a meatball. Oh my god. Yes, it's the vendor finding side quest. I have to find a vendor. It's proving difficult. Why is mayo on everything? I'll come back to that. Okay, so let's drop the combat rifle. It's always the go-to there. Pick that up. Reload. Pick back up. Put away.
For them to save you!
I promise you, you'll learn to fear the machine men. They're among us! You know, hidden in plain sight. And their masters mold the way we think. They spew their poison into your ears and you listen! You can no longer tell the difference between the truth and their lies. There's no shelter from the all-seeing eye. It will find you! There's a sickness coming, my children. Gray and deadly. It will come on the backs of 12 kings, and we will bow to them.
The majestic 12, you might say.
Then it will be too late! Open your eyes, my friends!
Oh, he shoved me out of the way. That's fine.
And now we stand at the edge of an abyss. It's almost too late. The city burns down around your ears, and you do nothing. You wait for them to save you? I promise you, you'll learn to fear the machine men.
Training exercises for augmented soldiers? How did they think this was gonna go over with the public?
I haven't seen the footage, so I'm not gonna make any assumptions.
Well, I have, and it's exactly what people are saying it is.
How can you say that? It's so easy to doctor footage these days. The first moon landing? Hello?
No comment.
You okay, sweetheart?
I'm a little shaken up, but I'm just glad we got off the streets.
I almost shit myself when that group of cops came blazing around the corner.
We were seconds from getting trampled.
Correct. Offshore Twitch account. I believe they have a real moon base, but they did fake the moon landing, if I'm remembering how that works out correctly. Like oh my god, one of the original precepts for the entire setting was pretty much every conspiracy theory is actually real.
What's your pleasure, friend?
I want to sell. Oh my god. Okay, so. Let's do it. Let's make some friggin' money finally. Okay, get rid of that. That was worth holding on to. Get rid of that, also worth holding on to. Pretty much offshore Twitch account. Oh no, that, I don't even think that conspiracy was there back then. Oh, absolutely, Lanareth. Yeah, Bigfoot's a real thing. I don't remember the whole list. It's a whole list. Mostly in the original Deus Ex. I'm not sure how much of that is actually present here. So we've got damage upgrade, reload upgrade, target leading, burst round, exploding back, armor piercing. I've been wanting that for a while. I'm gonna grab that right now. Revolver ammo. Okay, so we've got the armor piercer. In fact, I'm just gonna use that.
Be sure to tell all your friends. It just...
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Hey! Inventory space. Alright, so... put that on my pistol. I now have an armor-piercing, stealthed, scoped, damaged, extra ammoed pistol. Finally. Get that up there. Yeah, it's not quite to the extent of, say, the Alan Wake series, in terms of all stuff is real, but it's kind of a similar vibe. Jesus, seriously, Bragwin? Okay. Yeah, up really quick. Okay.
What'll it be?
What do you got? What do you got? Damage upgrade, reload speed upgrade, ammo capacity upgrade. What's the targeting thing? For the crossbow? Nope. What about the cooling? I already have the cooling thing. Burst round. That's for the shotgun. Exploding round we already have. Wait, the DLC steals your weapons? What? Ammo capacity for everything, it looks like. So let's grab ammo capacity, reload speed, damage upgrade. I think we can't use anything else for the laser pointer, maybe? Yeah, let's buy the laser pointer. Let's
see you soon.
I just saved anyways if this is a bad idea. Yeah, because I feel like laser pointer should be able to go on the pistol. Let's find out. Okay, so ammo can go on pistol or heavy rifle. I think we know the right choice there. Reload. Ooh. Heavy rifle again. Damage upgrade. Heavy rifle. Alright, laser targeting. Heavy rifle. No, I'll put that on the pistol. You were right, you were right. That is noticeably faster. I'll take it. Oh yeah, now we can just kill things. And we've got armor piercing, so boop. Finally. I know, it's my fault.
What's your pleasure?
I understand. We do have a little more money, but yeah, I feel like Praxis will be a better usage of my money. Still, I really want some ammo. So, I'm gonna do that.
See you soon.
Yeah, I haven't even ordered dinner yet, Evo. I should probably do that at some point. So, alright, Evo, I want you... let's see. That's the idea. There's a new sandwich shop that just opened up in the area that my brother-in-law saw, and we're going to try it out. Tell you what, if you eat, I will eat. How's that sound? That feels like a good deal, Evo. Oh yeah, so let's grab a hard save. I will type up more detailed notes in the document, and tomorrow at some point, go ahead and continue in Detroit 2. See you in a bit, guys.